All right, guys, welcome to the Imaxit YouTube platform. I'm your host, JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and definitely subscribe. If you're a member of the channel, massive respect to you lot. And how to become a member, please do click the join button. YouTube will help you along the way. So as you saw by the title, we are going to be discussing Jamaica Reggae Girlz versus Brazil. We're going to break down that best formation and predictions and all of those. Then we are going to be looking at Jamaica Reggae Boyz, like what's taking place in camp, some of the players or what condition they are in at this point, and also we're going to be looking at Damrep, what are they doing as well. So at least we can look at both sides. All right, I know that some people might not see it as important, but for me, education always comes first. It doesn't matter how egotistic you could be. Education is always important because if you don't know what you're going into, you don't know anything at all. All right, so my approach is always that way. So those are the things that we're going to be talking on. Yes, today I told you guys from yesterday that's what we are going to be. So thanks for everyone that have been actually supporting the program throughout the couple, what 1 year that we are here or so. Yeah, man, massive respect for that. All right, yeah, man, and thanks all the guys inside at this point. We see Juras in the chat. Massive respect, Juras. Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Then we have Jeremiah as well in the building. Then we have our brother Mike Larry in the building. Massive respect, big bad Mike Larry. Hope all is well with you and your family. Yeah, man. And then Jura says, yes, the 11,000. Yeah, man. Thanks very much, people. In 1 year's time, we are pretty much halfway back where we were from before. But if you do both channels together, we have surpassed it like 10,000 or so extra in 1 year. So that is amazing, and we're going to continue to do that work to make sure it benefits the platform. So anyways, let me start with the Reggae Girlz, because the Reggae Girlz might not be getting any highlight because as what we said, it's easy to talk about the Reggae Boyz because the Reggae Boyz out of the two would have considered the more popular ones. But if you look at the more successful ones, overall it would have been the Reggae Girlz. All right, so not trying to bring any things like that out there, but at the same time I still have to identify that the girls have been doing well as it relates to qualifying for tournaments. So they have done what the Reggae Boyz are actually trying to do. All right, yes, and we want both of them to do so, but at the same time we can't forget what these girls have already achieved. All right, yeah, man. Vinny Congo, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Determined in the building. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Doing massive respect for support, big boss. All right. Then we have float management checking in. All right. So, anyways, let me just chop up some of the girls conversation. All right. And I'm using a new mic, so let me know if you guys are hearing me well, if everything is running smooth. All right. Let me know if you can tell the difference, because I'm using a complete new mic setup here rather than adding more power to the computer because I'm having some problems right there. So we're working on that part as well. All right. Yes. So the girls last time out, people, let me just put it up on the screen. Let me slide over so you guys can see it properly. So this is the Reggae Girlz. The Reggae Girlz will have a second game to play Brazil. All right, Brazil is one of the top 10 ranked teams in the actual world. All right, the last time we feared off good with them, but we were under different management. All right, so Jura said it sounds better. All right, so that is good. That is good. Thanks very much. All right, so we were under different management and we were playing much more because the different management believed like he analyzes games and think of the best outcomes. That's what he does majority of the times. All right, so most of the teams that Jamaica had to play in order to reach the level where they would want to reach are all better teams than Jamaica, based off just rankings. Put it at just rankings, but we had watched those teams and we realized that they're actually better than Jamaica as well on the pitch itself. So with that says, his approach was always more of the be solid defensive first and then try to counter attack or to create off dead balls and stuff, or set pieces and stuff. So that was always is more a strong point. All right. So we had drawn a lot of games and we had won some games, but not really a lot of games we won. But it was still good enough to bring us to the World Cup and also put us in a good position, a very good position, I would say. We have changed that philosophy now because I've listened to the coach, and the coach is saying that he's going to be more of the front foot type of person. Like he wants to go out there and play a little bit more offensive first. So the opponent has to fear us a little bit more. We had seen that for the first time, the last time against Brazil, because it was a good test, because this is one of the top 10 team in the world. So it was a good test for you to say that, all right, this is a top 10 team. So let me see how I can get things done. All right. And to be honest, saw Brazil played several other teams in the Gold Cup the other day. They looked solid, but I thought that they looked even more impressive against Jamaica. We could say that yes, Jamaica, for Jamaica, it's a little bit different because Jamaica just put a squad together, right? And it's a first game back, so maybe they could look different. But based on with that said, Brazil made sure that counts. Brazil made sure that counts and showed that they have never played for a while together. All right, so let me give them that. They have played together now. So what difference you think that they can add to this team? That is what I want to ask you guys. Like, what difference you're going to see today, and if you like the approach of the coach. As I said, it was more of a 3-4-3 system. Yes, and more of the 5-2. 5-2-2-1. It worked out because Danisha and Tiffany really never really stepped up in the game because of Brazil winning the ball high up the pitch in the attacking and the midfield third, so they really couldn't come out. So it was practically a, I would say, a 5-2-2-1. Put it at that. Put it at that. That's what it resulted to, and they were trying resort to, and they tried to pass it off from the back. They still tried to stay with their passing, but once it changed, the shape changed, and you have five behind the two in midfield. They advanced up the pitch. So Yaya and Sampori Apara always blacked out that zone of Drew Spence and McNamara, so they couldn't get the ball, and they have no persons on the wing side, and McKenna can't get the ball as well because their centre backs kind of shut her out, so they kind of closed us down. The keeper tried to go long a few times. And the keeper tried to go long a few times, and I want to say that it never really. It worked. She got it up there, but once she got it up there, the layoffs never worked because Brazil did a very good job. So going long, we never worked out good for us. Kept it short. I press showcased that our reaction timing was a bit slow, especially Plummer. So I would expect her, even though she came off maybe with an injury, because that's what's reported here. Maybe it might not be the best. Maybe it might not be the best look. It might not be the best look for her. So I think if the next Suebe sister is fully fit, I think that is what they want to use, because both Suebes are very good at playing out from the back, and their reaction time is smoother because they're playing at a higher level. To be honest, and Samson has the ability to be a natural midfielder, so she can spin around and keep focus and they get the ball off. That is something that you have to work on, because they know that they can push you under pressure and you will only get one chance to 25. So with 1 to 25, any team will take that chance, because you have to miss 25 chances in order to lose the game, and they will always give Jamaica that one chance, but it's going to end 10-1. So now they are coming in with that one. The coach have to strategize better, much better. So he has to figure out to get the players them stay as wide as possible, especially the ones them that will be behind the midfield press right there. Those ones breaking, so you want a striker to push by the centre backs, and also two of the wing players them. So for instance, because Danisha and Tiffany Campbell has to be involved in the defensive side, you would want Trudy Carter and Primos staying as wide as possible to make sure you keep back their fullbacks to not advance on you, because once that becomes a problem, you can't come out of the pitch. So the most important players today will be who they use beside McKenna. So those two wide players, who they used right there. All right. And that's the only way I think we're going to push them off a little, because Tamaris and Antonio Silva are very, very skilled players, top level worldwide players. All right. So I do expect both of them to start again, to set the tone. So that's what I would say still. Let me know if you guys see any little changes here and there that you would have wanted to use. Let me know. That will be very much important. Let me try big up the rest of the people I'm here. DJ Gig, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Then we have Winston said, much respect to you and your listeners, JD. I haven't been checking in for a while, but listen to you brought down the senior men's team. It was well do as always. Yeah, man, massive respect. That's our job, you know, and we keep doing it. All right. Yeah, man. So respect as well, Winston. Yeah, man. Then we have Andrew55 said, up JD, good news, no Corey. All right, I've not touched nothing on that as yet. I've not touched nothing on that as yet. I'm just focusing on the Reggae Girlz. Obviously, I know that Reggae Boyz get all the attention, and it brings a negative vibes, and you don't have to talk much sense. You just be a fan and everything is okay. But for the Reggae Girlz, you might have to put more thoughts into it. So yeah, I want to pay it some attention, and later we will be doing the live stream as well. All right. So for me, I would make some chop and changes. I would make some chop and changes here. All right. DJ G said I heard Vivian Samson said on the JFF channel they need to be more comfortable on the ball. Yeah, man, but that was very much clear. That was very much clear. Teams I press, you know, that's what you have, less time on the ball. So, and they got caught off the ball every single time. You had Adriana had a field day against Plummer and Cameron. They couldn't stop her none at all, and it's because she already won the ball behind Cameron right there. So it makes no sense. You get me? It makes no sense. Because you want it behind her. So once you want it behind her, there is no other room in between there to play. All right. Yes. So that's it for them. Good look, and she's having the right attitude, because that is the only approach for her at this point. All right. Umzo, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. All right. The girls will succeed in the second game. Andrew55, I saw your comment the other day, but your comment under the people channel makes no sense. It's just pure egotistic. It all depends on what you're saying that they're gonna succeed at, because maybe succeed is to be much more technically sound, way more aware as to evade the eye pressing and all of those things. Yeah, maybe those things. But winning the game, like, because I think that's exactly what you're talking. Winning the game, I still don't see them reach that level to win the game. Like, so even when we were in the best groove, we still couldn't outshot them, outcreate them. We never had that opportunity, and I don't think we reached that level in our development as yet. So I would say we should still watch this game to improve on the craft and learn what the coach is trying to do, so we can know which players he's going to pick for his upcoming team, because that's what, when you know the system of the coach, you know what to expect from the coach. So those are the things that we have to work on. All right. Yes. So winning, I am not looking for winning. At least winning on the score sheet. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking at more winning and improving the plays, the pattern of plays that you're looking for on the pitch. That is what I'm looking for. But winning the game like outscoring Brazil, I don't think that will happen. And that doesn't mean you should not support it. All right. You should not support it. You should still support them, because once they do get when you support things from when it's not in its top form, it means you appreciate it more, because you could see what they're working on and where they're gonna reach at the point. All right, so that is very much important. Bless up Umzo, thanks for being here. Massive respect. DJ Gigs, yes, yes. Andrew 55 not really work off reality, you know. He works after sensationalism. I don't know why he's not partying with Future. All right, JD's dog says Jamaica 5, Brazil 1. That would be a massive result, a massive one. Man is too realistic for some fans. Yeah. But I have no time for that. Remember, for me, when I come here, I just full up everything, try to educate people on the matter, because the end result is important. Because if I don't lie to you guys, that means you will respect the coach when the coach come and be honest. When the coach pick his team, you will know for that reason. Rather than the sensationalism. Sensationalism would only benefit me, because I would be lying to a bag of people and build a cult base that really don't make any sense. Because and then we have to always blame someone and then always fight about something. And that's why this space become a more fighting about something, because we tell us so much lies and hype up so much things. When it goes bad, if you're not in that league, you have to start finding something else to tell a lie on, and you keep on finding everything aside from yourself. So that's why I've always chose the realistic step first, because it's very much important at all times. Brazil 1, Jamaica 2. I see more than 2 goals same way, because even in the end when we made some changes, which I'm going to go on that side, we made some adjustments. We brought on Sule, PH Bailey, Gail Simmons, Cardoza, and Jade Bailey. We saw better retention in the passing, but we still couldn't get closer to them to close down those gaps. So they were always finding the gaps, and I think they are going to still find them. Maybe they could find them a little bit less. But I don't think we're going to completely shut them down. And I don't think they're going to miss so much chances this time. All right. Yes. Andrew says Jamaica. Yeah, man. Big up, Andrew. Do you think CONMEBOL is going to try and help Mexico move on? I'm not sure. I have to research that a little bit more. Kevin, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Your preferred lineup for the game. All right. So now we see we saw it for ourselves fully. We saw it for ourselves fully. We know what's good now. Because we know what's good now, I think the approach has to be similar. But what I would say now, McNamara or Primus or Trudy Carter, one of them have to suffer for what we have to do, what we need to do in order to stay in the game. So I would say that if the Swaby sister comes in, she come in for Plumber, and McNamara comes out, and we put Izzy in it. So Izzy and Drew Spence with Blackwood and Cameron. All of them, the two fullbacks them will have less, the two wingbacks them will have less defensive duties, because those defensive centrals will do a little bit more. So that is what I would be trying to aim towards. All right, so I would make 2 changes instant. McNamara, Kanya Plummer comes out. Swaby, Alice Swaby comes in, and Izzy comes in. So those are the 2 that I would add in, and then give the functions of Primus on the defensive end. They don't come fully back, but try to target the wing areas them to add width to the game, so we can have different options away, rather than to try and kick it short, play it out from the back, and then can't really play it from the back because people can advance, because we are too narrow. Once you're too narrow every single time, we can't, nothing can work, period. All right. So let me know if you guys like that one. What I could do, I'm going to work it out right here. I'm going to work it out. Let me set it up here and give you my actual lineup that I would want. All right. Yeah, so let me give it my lineup, because I will get into Reggae Boyz, and I will have to use this one as well. So let me keep it right here, and then I do set up my team. All right. All right, so this is it. All right, so we're gonna use 3 right here. So 3 will be the mandated thing, and obviously after the 3 we are gonna use this, and we are gonna have the 2 right here. So this is the system that the number 9 here. No, not so much tens. All right, so this is the realistic system that we're gonna be using. 9 right here. All right, so this is how we want it set up. All right. Yes, so we had Allison, Samson, and Plummer. So we said Plummer will come out. All right, Plummer will come out. So Samson was actually playing over the left hand side. So Samson will be the number 2 adjustment right here. Samson, SAM. All right, so Samson. All right, Spencer. Spencer is the sure starter. Spencer goes back in instant. Sure. All right, Chantel Swaby. Chantel Swaby, and then the system, Chantel Swaby. That Swaby. C Swaby and A Swaby. One she is fit. All right, and you can't bring her if she can't make none of the things, and that would be a very poor management right there, or poor calculation, because if she's not fit enough, why bring her? All right, yes. So that's the 3 right there. So let me close it up. Look how it look. All right. So C Swaby stays the same place. I thought she had a brilliant game aside from the own goal. Yes. So this is how I would set it up. All right. This is how I would set it up right here. So we are done with that right there. Let me know if you can see it good. But we're gonna improve it right after. All right. Then now we have to put in Izzy. Izzy. So we're gonna go with Spence. Drew Spence. 8, number 8 right here. Spence. All right, so Drew Spence, 8 that one. Drew Spence. All right. Then we have Grooves. Yeah, so Izzy Grooves finished that one. All right, so we have Izzy Grooves and Drew Spence right here. And then now we have Cameron, Tiffany Cameron. So T Cameron for number 5. T Cameron for number 5 right here. T Cameron. All right, and we have, I think, for 6 we are going to put in, I don't think she had the best game, but with more security both in the middle and also behind, I think Blackwood would be the person to put in it. Let me know if you guys would change Blackwood or you will go with her. Anisha Blackwood. All right. As what I've said, I would even put her even further up the pitch. All right, big up everyone that's coming in. Massive respect, big bosses. Yeah, man, we're just going through our first set of conversation, which is the Reggae Girlz. We're going to be talking about, we're going to be reporting on the game tonight. The Reggae Girlz Brazil second game. All right, so that's how the backline would look at this point. All right, that's how the backline would look. Based on the squad for the girls, what system start? Yeah, man, that's what we are working on now. Come on, JD, don't be naive. Mexico brings the money to competition. They will try to help them as much as possible. Seen it many times. Yeah, well, that should be the case. Massive respect for the super chat, JD. All I said is that we missing cohesion. Facts. All right, then no problem, big boss. All right, Osh Poppy, big of yourself. Thanks for being here. Omar Fowling. Yeah, man. Good to see both Jamaican men and team falling in love with back 3. All right. No, I've not seen the story about Korea Adai. And let me just finish off the girls them first, and then we talk about that after. Yeah. So up front for me, it is very shocking. It is very shocking that they never think to bring in Simmons very early. I think Simmons, I would use Simmons forward, but I know that he might not do so. So I'm going to go back for the normal starters. So I'm going to go back with Primus and McKenna. McKenna and Primus, I would go. So number 9 will be McKenna. McKenna goes back in the 9 position. All right, McKenna at the and T Carter. All right, so we'll just go back with what we have here. All right, so Carter over here, right here. and with the functions them. So this will be the system that we are going to be using for the upcoming game, I think, because obviously you have to make a little bit of tweaks on it. Don't know if you guys can see it good, but that's what we are working with. So that should be if everyone is fit. So Swaby comes in. Grooves would add that extra piece. All right, for McNamara right there, and that's pretty much it. So it's the same. There's two changes I would add at the start, so we can get the defensive solidity right there, and then keep on improving as we go. All right. So let me know how much you guys would give these people. How much you guys would give this. Let me know how much you guys will give this side. All right. How much you guys would give this side. Let me know. Let me know. All right. Let me know how much you guys would give this side. I think it's solid. I would still, if it was up to me, I would go to take out that and put in my player. All right, which is Simmons. I would have started Simmons over McKenna, but you guys said you like how she work, and the coach like how she work. He went for her first, so that's what I'm going to go with. So let me know, guys. What say you as it relates to McKenna or Simmons? All right, and give your rating if you're rewatching this one. Let me move on to the Reggae Boyz. All right, 8.5 or 8.5. All right, so for the Reggae Boyz, I'm gonna play a clip just to give you what's popping over there. I'm gonna try and get the actual audio in so you can hear it as well. 1 second. Let me bring in an additional audio. All right, so this is an additional audio. One second, guys. I am trying to work on the extra sound. Give me a second. Let me input, output, capture. All right, so all right, so yeah, that's good. Try see. All right, June 6th, I think that is it. All right, so it's supposed to come true now, guys. Let me know if you're hearing it now, yeah?
We stay as one. In the name of Jesus. Heavenly Father, let us be more like you. Heavenly Father, continue to guide us through this tournament. In Jesus' name we pray. What's the next?
So let me start go through it. What we're seeing here, at least we can see that I would consider that things looks a little bit more professional than before. You can see that the cohesion in the team and the overall vibes, because that's something that I know that you guys are very much interested in. The vibes looks a little bit better. Would you guys agree? The vibes looks a little bit better for me based on what I am seeing. All right, yes, and they look like they're locked in. So I like what I saw so far. Let me know if you guys are hearing it. Let me know if you guys are hearing it. So we saw Bobby Reed, we saw Cephas. So I am making sure I count who I do see there. We saw Wait here. We saw Wait here. Big up David J. All right. We saw Michael Antonio. So we're sure that Michael Antonio is there.
Rocking pair, let's go. Keep it moving. Time is money. Inside here, yeah. It's around. Let us feel right. Can move from here, so get the space. Bigger. Use the space. Use the space. Yeah. Move it.
Big up Michael Sadler. Thanks for being here. Massive respect, big boss. Omza said, I agree, them look happy. Big up, alright. Osh Puppy said, yes, it's a good look. Michael Sadler said, JD, alive. Yeah, man, big up yourself. Omza said, must be nice doing this for a living. Geez. What you talking about, Omza? I don't know, what you're talking about. Are you talking to me or you're talking to them? Let me know. Because you never really put any context to it. Because it can't be happy. You can't be happy to do this. Okay, playing football, you're only looking at the end product, but the amount of work they have to do to keep them body in that position or condition, I should say, I would not jump to say that it must be nice. All right, because I think football is harder than majority of the jobs that you do in the world. All right, majority. Because all of the jobs, majority of the jobs, them, like I don't say all, majority of the jobs them that you do, sometimes your conditioning is not always so important that you have to keep a peak body fat of 5%, 9%. You understand me? Yes. So I don't believe that it's so easy as what Omzo tried to make it look. All right? Yes. Because I do believe that it can be completely tougher than what Omzo's saying. All right, yeah, man. Sheridan says, I like the camaraderie, and then we have Jaro in the building. Massive respect. Looking positive, good vibes. Playing football. No, I understand, JD, but if you love it, it must be nice. Well, if you love all of your jobs, them, it must be nice. I don't expect you to say that. The next job that you don't really like so much, it is not so happy. I'm not so happy to do it. You know. No, once you're doing the job, more likely you will tend to like it just as though you would like football. I'm telling you, a lot of people that I do see play football, I'm not even sure when I do see them play if they actually like it. All right, so I wouldn't jump to that. All right, Kirk, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect, guys. As I come in, remember to smash the like button. We went through the Reggae Girlz game. Let me know what you think the outcome would be. Or will be. All right, they should have Brazil tonight. We will be watching that game live. If you can't get the game, we will try our best to find the game because that's the mood that we're in. As it relates to games, everything that we're doing this time at the year, this time, it's all about the games. It's all about the games. No waste of time. You're not going to hear me build videos. I'm going to barely do even post matches because every single day, once I have free time, it look like I have to get some sleep to get ready for our next game. All right. Yes, so it's going to be a lot of games, people. A lot of games. All right, so make sure to join us on both of my platforms, Imaxit and Wemaxit. I'm going to be covering Nigeria, Suriname, Haiti, maybe Costa Rica as well, Jamaica, obviously. Yes, but I will be doing Jamaica over here fully. So more likely, I don't have to tell you about Jamaica because that should be on my list normally. All right, yeah. Let me just run this through to see who we see. All right. Tom, how you doing? Vinny Congo. All right. Who I'm bringing for Euros? Obviously, I would have to bring Belgium. Belgium have always been good, you know. Maybe they don't win. Let me know if you're getting the background nice. Let me know. All right, I saw Greg Lee just a while ago. I saw Greg Lee. All right. Really wanted him to push on a little bit more, you know, but never may know. Maybe he has some surprises up his sleeve, you know. That is big bad Connor Boys Clark, guys. One of the better performers the last time we had the World Cup qualifiers for U20s that was when we lost to Damrep. So Damrep is a team that we keep on. I heard people talking like they're nothing and stuff. We had thought that when we had a stock to U20 squad, thought that we were good enough to beat Damrep, and Damrep defeated us. And they were the better team on the day, and they advanced to the World Cup, and I do think that they use that to push their system further and further and further. All right. All right, clean audio coming through. I think it was just solely because it was a cell phone at the time. That was the biggest problem. But this is a new mic. I'm not using my big sound system. I'm just using one mic itself. Yes. The background nice. So you're hearing exactly what's taking place. All right, that's good. All right, nice. Let me see. All right, we have Tom here. Massive respect. What time? All right, so the time is what? Let me make sure. Let me give it to you. 1 second. Let me give it to you. This is the time that is showing for me. The time that it's showing for me, it's saying 1. So once I'm done with this, it's I'm not coming back on until later. Yeah, so let me give it a time. All right, so Jamaica, female. You have to do your own conversion. Okay, so it's 1 o'clock. It's actually 1 o'clock. I thought it was 1:30, you know, my time. So take the 7, drop off 7, what you said, 7 hours off that. All right. So that means it should be 6 o'clock Jamaica's time, and in America it should be in Eastern America it should be 7 o'clock. I think that's the conversion. What time is it now in the Eastern side? If anyone watching with Sheridan ask me, I think he's in the Eastern side. What time is it now in the Eastern part of America? And then you can do a calculation. But it's 7 hours away from Jamaica, I think. Yes. If the girls are able to hold Brazil to a draw, that would be a positive result for us. I think it's more of the game itself, the pattern of play in the game. All right, so it's 1:15 Eastern time now, so that means it's 6. My time zone is 6 hours away from Eastern time. So in Jamaica, it's 7 hours away. All right, so it's 7 p.m. So I was right then. All right, I'm catching up. Big up. All right, thanks guys. Thanks for that. Yeah, so that's the time that the game will actually start. So 7 p.m. Eastern time and 6 p.m. Jamaica time, the game will start. But I will have the stream, so you will know exactly what time it will be. All right, yes. So don't worry yourself. All right, so let we move on because we're talking about the Reggae Boyz. We're talking about the Reggae Boyz. Let me just put it up here and we finish with this one. And then we're going to look at some of the Damrep performances just by statistics base, because I don't think we have any. And I think we can go through a few interviews.
Pride.
Okay, so this is the guy that's filming and stuff. So let me go through some more and go over to the JFF page and support them, guys. All right, this was the interview for Samson, so I'm going to play this one. Then I might just play Karai Anderson as well. All right, so I will play these two, and then we'll move on to Damrip, because this is like we're
Speaking with
checking out
Ian
what's up.
Sampson, versatile midfielder, defender for the Reggae Girlz. She was at the World Cup. We saw her there, and now she's in Brazil. Did very well in the first game, but then, of course, she, along with the rest of the team, would have to improve for the second game. Vian, take us through the first game. What you thought of the first game?
All right.
It was obviously quite a difficult game. Brazil are obviously a very strong team. Obviously, we've come in with a new formation that we're trying to learn. So it was a lot of touch and go for a lot of people, people in new positions. So yeah, it was a very difficult game. We gave it our best, but a lot to improve on come tomorrow.
If you, I mean, you've been playing for a while now, and you're playing in Japan. That's where you earn your keep. Where do you think that the team will have to improve for the game on Tuesday?
Definitely in our ball retention. We turned over possession quite a bit cheaply. I think we need to.
So everything that we said so far, she listed: ball retention, new position. Clearly, it's a new team, new coaching system, and everything. All right, yes, and she actually gave Brazil their credit, something that Andrew 55 cannot seem to do. All right, so Andrew 55, that's why I have to love Samson right here, because she showed me that this is the first point of recovery, and also doing something right, knowing what the opposition could do. All right, yes. So I like this girl, man. Our game tells it all. But she said ball retention, something that we were talking about.
Also be a bit braver on the ball, and try and play out some more. These are qualities that we definitely have as a group. So I think those are the things we're going to try and implement for the next game.
I did see where the coach was trying, of course, to add those elements to the training today. Do you think that the addition, if she comes in, of Alison Sweden will make a difference?
Yeah, of course. Alison's obviously a great defender, comes with a lot of quality. So an extra bit of experience within that back line is definitely going to do more good than harm.
All right, and you
agreed as well, because that's what we talked on.
You're here as that defensive midfield, an area now that is lacking in experience. Is that area as strong as it can be now? Because we know how strong Brazil really is.
No, of course, like a position that's straight down the middle of the pitch. Yes, you need experience, but you also have to shake things up sometimes, and obviously you've got to come in and make things more compact. I think as long as we get our units a bit tighter, we can frustrate them a bit more and limit their attacks.
What do you think of the team going forward with the additions that we have, the youth that we have, and the quality, of course, that we now possess?
Like you said, we've got a lot of youth, so a lot of people need a bit of game time to grow into senior football. But the group is quite balanced in terms of like age and experience. So hopefully us older players can obviously pass on some good things to the younger lot, and hopefully they can take a lot from these experiences and opportunities that they get in, to build their player profile and improve. And obviously collectively that will make us improve as a group.
And being together since last week, I mean, how have you guys gelled? Is there something that you love to speak about? I mean, you're back together now after 9 months.
It feels obviously good to be back. There's a few new faces for quite a lot of us, but everyone's slipped in really, really good. It doesn't feel too different. Do you know what I mean? We would have liked to have more time on the pitch training-wise to get to know everyone a bit better, but I think with all the time that we've had, all things considered, we've done all right so far.
And for you personally, Pian, how are you living in Japan?
Oh, I'm really, really enjoying the experience, actually. I really love playing it out there, and I feel like this last season has added a lot to my game, so yeah, I'm really, really happy.
I really like this girl. I think she's just a pure professional, you know. Yes, and I love the vision that she have of the game, because everything that we are seeing, obviously maybe she gets a chance to see the film, but everything that we saw from her, is just professional, and I love the way she tied it in. She told us straight up that the balance within age in the team is a little bit off. Like some are very much young and some maybe on the older side. They're trying to bridge that as well, and they just want to frustrate them because it's something that they're working on. Not necessarily the only result as what maybe man like Andrew 55 talks about, only results, and majority of these people, they only talk about results. So that's why I love life, because with everything that I've been talking about for the last 2 days, she come and say it just a while ago, and obviously she talked to the coach, and that's what they're seeing, and it's the same thing I have actually said right through. So watch her interview and watch my video when we were doing it live, and then you can look at it to see that we are doing our job here, and I really love that, and I love the approach that they're taking. I know that most Jamaicans don't really care about nothing more than the end product. Well, I have no time for that. These are professional people, and I am a professional person as well, and that's how you do it. You work to the system, take your time, and use stages. You're winning, but maybe people don't see the winning because they only look at the end result. But if you can build from the defense line, be solid defense, and then you can work in transition, which is improving your ball retention and everything, and also tackling and stuff, and get yourself in the position to win tackles. That is the first sign at all times, So I love how she broke it down, and I think I'm going to play more of these, because you know what, when I'm talking, I need something to back it up a day after to show people that, yeah, I do actually know the game, and I'm doing it at the right level. You know why? Because the other day, when I talked about Kaim Dixon not being physical enough, a person come and said, it's because I'm not a student of the game, and I don't know what student he is. Because what he was telling me have nothing to do with football at all. So I love when we work on these things, and I think it's good to hear from the players them always, so it helps you, at least the fan base, to know more. And that's why I've always said more interviews, people could get to fall in love with the players them, and also the game itself, like know what advancement in the sport at this point. It helps. All right, always remember that, people. All right, yes, always remember that. JD, what's the deal with Corey Hadai? I don't know. I don't know if he has papers or not. I don't know. All right. Yes. Sadler says she knows the game. Yes, man. I love the way she talk. Clearly, she knows the game. She agrees. She got the ball knowledge, and that's how she play. You realize that's how she play. That's why most of the times you guys are not talking about her, because she's in midfield, but she's doing her job. You have to check her actual stats at the end of the day to know what she does, because she's doing everything at the right level. All right. She basically saying they're missing cohesion, just like what I said, JD. No, she said a lot more things. Andrew 55, you're just looking something to feed a delusion. All right. Big up yourself, Devon Porter. So Andrew 55 said the girl only said they're missing cohesion. Is that true, people? Just yes or no, based on what you heard the girl just said. I'm not gonna replay it for him, because clearly if he never heard it once, he's not gonna hear it twice. He's not gonna understand it the second time either. All right. But someone in the chat does educate him on what the girl actually said, because that's what he heard. This guy being all right. I like how she spoke about the game. Sound very intelligent. All right. Yes, man. Somebody will help him. Dead with laugh. Student of the game. I don't know if it's FIFA he's playing. Yeah, man. Big up. Who we talking about? Drew Spence? No, we are talking about Samson. She had played the game, and the way she broke it down is very much educational, and I think we need some of these guys to speak on the game so the Jamaican people can understand the game. All right, so when they see the talents, them like how I could have seen Omar Hutchinson is the best talent we could possibly see, and they don't know for themselves, they could learn it a little bit more. You understand me? Yeah, man. Umza, why you keep on fighting me? I ask people to educate the man on what he heard. Work in progress. I think she's saying, all right, massive respect. Brian Burke, big up yourself, Brian Burke. Hope all is well with you and the family. JD, you won't succeed. I am not arguing. No, I'm not gonna succeed, and I'm not gonna suck any nothing. All right, yes, all right. Samson sound like how she play. Okay, I got you. I didn't see the interview yet. We just played it. We just played it. But it's because we're calling out this man because he's all over the place fighting with Brazilian people, giving Jamaica a bad name, saying a bunch of things that may not be the actual case. So I had to call him out. You understand me? And tell him to be on the side of using his brain cells, you know, and stop talking foolishness and looking fights. All right, Pagan. All right, you look like you just a say. All right, she said a lot. She mentioned a few things: new system, lack cohesion, ball retention, etc. Yes, Devon Porter, but the man only here. She said she lack cohesion. So him want to go back to fight the Brazilians them to say Jamaica a bigger team than Brazil. That's what he wants to do, you know, Devon. He's over there fighting 100,000 people, you know. This man is very much... I love his confidence, though. I love his confidence. He's one confident soul, all right? 155, keep it up still. You know, so this guy is something else. But yeah, later the girls then will come in. So let me run off the Kira and this interview, all right? Yes. Bless up, Mr. J and Tycoon in the building. Massive respect, man. All right? Yes.
We're joined with reggae boy Karoy Anderson. Firstly, Karoy, how does it feel to not only be back in camp, but being back in Jamaica as well?
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm really happy to be here, you know. It's refreshing to come back here, see everyone and be around everyone in the camp, so it's good. I'm happy.
Yeah, and you just finished your season at Charlton. How was the season in your eyes, this campaign?
Darlington, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Lansley, big up yourself.
I think it was quite good. There's obviously areas to improve on, but I'm pleased with the season. It's a good little foundation to build off of the next season, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, and for you in the last 2 years, you know, getting the opportunity at Aldershot and now at Charlton, great experiences, you would say, in the Football League and also playing with Aldershot on loan last year.
Yeah, I mean, it comes to you quite quickly back. You know, I was young, I'm still young, but obviously I was a bit younger then, and to see the next season, to play a full season and be around it was really good, and then also made my debut for Jamaica as well. It's all come quite quickly, so it's been really good for me.
Yeah, everything happens fast, as you said. October was your first call-up to the national team, the games against Grenada and Haiti, and of course the last camp was March in the Nations League. Describe that feeling winning your first medal for Jamaica.
No, it's the feeling, I can't even put it into words. I have the medal right next to my bed and I look at it every morning. It's just, I still can't understand, you know, I can't really take it in fully, but it's just a really blessed moment. I'm really grateful to have been there and played a part in it and been involved.
Yeah, and as you know, 2 massive games ahead. How much are you looking forward to the World Cup qualifiers?
Oh yeah, I think it's a really good opportunity for us to start the campaign in this period really strongly, and obviously playing at home first is really good for us. So I'm excited, hopefully, to make my home debut and just see what it's like playing here. So it'll be exciting.
Yeah, and finally, Karoy, you've had Michael Hector with you at Charlton last season. I'm sure when you're in camp at Charlton, you talk a lot about Jamaica and looking forward to the next camps.
Yeah, definitely. It's always something to look forward to. And obviously, it gives you a little bit of extra motivation when you're playing at your club, to ensure that you really get a call up in your back in the setup to play for your country. It's something that I always have my mind on.
All right, so that was Karai Anderson and Samson. We played both of them. All right, let me just go through the comment section, then we will get back to the conversation. All right, so we see a few persons coming in. We saw Travis, Imaxit Football. Welcome to the Diaspora Players of Jamaica stream. Okay, so this is a narrative that Travis and his local friends themselves. All right, because maybe they can't comprehend what we are talking about. All right, or because we don't be biased. Yes, so he's selling a narrative. All right, so people, welcome to the diaspora place where we have sense and we talk sense at all times. All right, yes, so take that as all you want. Because if the man keep on do that, we're gonna keep on calling him out. Big up yourself, Pastor. Thanks for being here. Jamaica for life. Yeah, man. Massive respect. Yeah. Preston, Simon Preston, I do real interview once again. Preston, I do him interview. Just the same. I have not skipped past it. I just answer you. All right, you're not important. The content that I put out every day is more important than Travis. All right, yes, I'm not here to fight with Travis. All right, yes, definitely Pagan. Massive respect. Thanks for being here. All right, this guy just love fight. All right, big up, big up. All right. S Technic, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Don't, but no, I'm not. That is enough. I've done enough. My program was running smooth. I don't know where Travis struck off from to come and fight. So, anyways, we had run through everything, broke down everything. So, if you turn up at my stream late, don't advise me of everything or educate me on anything because I might have the information and you weren't here. All right? Yes. So this is what we were talking on, and we pick our team. So this is a team with the adjustments. Our lady spoke on the matter. I think we're accurate there. Defensive central and also center back. So this is the starting lineup I am looking forward tonight. So join us right there. All right. Yes, and then let me move on now to Jamaica team versus Damrep. All right. Yeah. So let me just get that. Let me close this because this is taking a lot of my energy. All right. Yeah, man. So Travis, low it alone. Let me just pull up this Damrep. So this is the Damrep team. This is the Damrep team. One second. Let me, because I want to pull up the Damrep team. But we keep getting my internet really not helping me out today. All right, so this is the Damrep team, guys. I want to just go through some of the results for Damrep and just show you. All right, yes. Nitro, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. All right. Let me just go through Damrep results. All right. I just want to stay on my path, not the design part from Travis and others. All right, so Damrep lost to Peru. Peru is a good team. We did play Peru as well, right? We did play Peru. So Peru is a good team. It's a good team. 4-1, they ended up this game. All right, let me try and get some stats on it. All right. All right, so 9 shots to 11 ball possession. Ball possession was very close as well. 49 to 51. Let me look at the lineups as well. So that's for Peru and Damrep. So let me get Damrep lineup here because we want to go through some things. All right, so we can at least understand some of the players them. All right, so this is Damrep's team. All right, Furpo playing left wing back or left midfield for them. You have De Lucas, Garcia, and Michael at the back. Jean Carlos Lopez, Daniel Flores, and Jeremy Baez there, and then you have Ventura, Ronaldo, Vasquez, solid player, and Ains to start in this team. And on their bench, the last time out, let me see who else. All right, I know who they're gonna add. Brian Lopez on this, Kefla, Martez, Ricky Alba. And who came on? Luis May and Brayton came on with Japa. All right. I still think you're gonna add around 2 more players to this. Like 2 from this squad, they had 2 more. Added two more that I know. All right. Yes. So this was Peru. Good friendly to check out. You can go and watch that one. Good friendly. All right. Then they played Nicaragua. Nicaragua. This was a good game to watch. This was a very good game because Nicaragua is always the team that is twined in. Nicaragua is always a team that is twined in between being a top team in the region and an okay team in the region. So if you don't turn up, with the best team against Nicaragua, you will lose. All right, ask Trinidad. They had to inform Nicaragua in order to get Nicaragua out of the position. That's the type of team they are. All right, yes. So that's a good game to watch. That's a good game to watch. I still believe that Nicaragua should be the favorites in that one, and they got a draw out of that one. Where they lost 2-1 to Montserrat, and if you watch that game, I was surprised. Because they were the better team by a country mile. All right, by a country mile. All right, but Montserrat, as you know, they have players that they imported as well. But sometimes they can cause problems on set pieces and be dangerous. All right, even 80, I saw them pose problems too. Big teams, but definitely big teams. That's over Damrep actually found ways to get rid of them. All right, yes. All right, Estetni, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. All right, Jove Johnson said, bro, not to be biased, but Brazil is gonna tear Jamaica Reggae Boyz to bit. But they are not playing Jamaica Reggae Boyz. We are not. That is for Reggae Girlz. Reggae Boyz will be playing Damrep. So it's Damrep we are working with now. Ruchin, bless up yourself. Thanks for being here. Damrep diasporas. Yes, they have players, but they have players inside the country as well. Because remember, they have good clubs there. All right, so they pick from their clubs as well. Damrep, I am not looking for a walk in the park. As I've said before at the start of the stream, I don't build my platform on telling lies and hyping up what our culture is. I don't do that. I research and come and give you the facts and work it out how it goes on football field. So if it proven to be a problem on the pitch and the guys them win it, I will give them their right credit. When we behave that way of over-the-top egotistic maniacs, what you do now, you don't appreciate nothing what people do because clearly you just tell them say the next team don't good. So if you struggle to win, you're going to tear them apart because obviously you're approaching something and not educated and nothing. And then you're fooling a bunch of people as well. So if you talk the real truth and the guys honestly go out there and win, you appreciate it. The fan base appreciate it. But when you tell lies and overhype everything, you tend to can't reach anywhere because you have to always find something to argue about because you're not going to truly respect the win if it's a 1-0 win or something on the day. And if they struggle to break through the transitions and the football don't look fluid, because you tell a lie that the next team is not good. That's why I have always stated to what take place on the field. And don't let anybody fool you. These teams are always professional teams passing it back. JD, in 2022, Jamaica got 3 from Peru. I remember it, man, but that squad was kind of weak because I thought that they brought King and those guys on the day. JD, your friend Richie Richards and TikTok was on Maverick program this morning. Well, good. I don't see them, you know. I don't see Richie for the longest time. I never even hear from Richie the longest time. All right, JC Lopez score a nice goal from around 20 yards out to put Damrep on the board. Match finished 4-1. Yes, we talk about it, yeah. But I had to break down that to make people understand why I don't talk a certain way. It's not because I don't want to hype up certain things. I'm trying to make sure I stay on the sensible side because my content should always aim to help and guide the fans towards supporting the team. That should always be my true calling. And if I don't tell the truth and sell the narratives and then say I'm a fan because I'm desperate for you guys to like me, no, it's not gonna go there. My job is to make sure I aid the fans in the right direction. JD, tell him to go to the stadium and say that Jamaica fans might tear him to bits and pieces. All right? No. You're right, you know, Travis. You're always a fight, you know. You're always a fight. Guys, please remember 80 walked on our A team 2-2. Be humble. Damrep might surprise us. I don't think Damrep is better than 80, at least this point, but I still think they're gonna have different style of play from 80. We should have no problem with this team. Trinidad should be able to beat DR 5 out of 5. Alright, Trav done. Hope all is well with you and your family. Yeah, man. So anyways, Montserrat, they lost to Montserrat. They defeated Barbados 2 times, 5-2, 5-0. Then they defeated Montserrat 3-0 the next time. Tells you what I'm saying. They lost to Nicaragua 2-0. Alright. Let me try see if we can see the difference in the players them played. Alright. Alright. It's the same players. Maybe just my boy never listed here. Escona was on the squad. Ventura was on the squad. Yeah. So over their last couple games, they have picked up. They have lost twice. In their last 6 games, they have lost twice and drew once and won 3. All right. So not the worst record. I think the Montserrat loss would be the biggest one. Nicaragua. It's no surprise you can lose to Nicaragua on any day. All right. Yes. Because Nicaragua is a solid team that causes a problem. And worst off, if you're playing at Nicaragua, you could lose that one. But sadly, they drew that one at Nicaragua and lost out at home. Marlon Damre problem is they don't travel well. They lost 90% of their away games. They only beat up Barbados. Well, tell you what. I will still wait and see what they have to do. What they could do, because they're going to add pieces to it. All right? Yeah, man. But you have a point. If they don't travel well, perfectly fine. Then we have Mr. Travis said, Wait, Gray, Hector, Low, Lambert, Anderson, Bobby, Cephas, Bowser, Antonio, my starting 11. And then he continues to stride. Look at war. You two thin skin. All fun and jokes for me. But I was not saying anything aside from my call. Yo, don't. I'm not thin skinned. I answered you. You wanted me to answer because you said I should have answered. And I answered, and then you said I'm thin skinned. Boy, I don't know what is wrong with Travis. So we saw a few games for them, all right, and we see the results all over the place, all right. Yes. So let me look at Jamaica's results now. Obviously, we could say that Jamaica faced other teams. Let me see in the last 6-7. Can we look at 6-7? All right. So the last 6-7, Jamaica played Panama and got a win over Panama, which is a very, very good one. Panama is better than anybody in the numbers, including Nicaragua. All right. Then we have USA. We lost to USA. We drew to Trinidad in a friendly. We shouldn't count that one because that was local. So let me skip out that one. We won against Canada, which is better than all of the other teams. All right. Then we lost against Canada. So we lost we lost 2 and won 2 out of the last 4. All right, because we don't count one. And then we drew with Guatemala, but that one was not out. So we can cut out that game. And then we defeated Grenada 4-1, which is not better than Nicaragua. Nicaragua is better than Grenada, but it's 4-1, so we take the result there. We defeated Haiti, which is a very good team as well. 3-1. No, 3-2, sorry, because they did got back a goal. So 3-2. So 1-2, 3-4 games, 5-6 games. So in the last 6 games, we lost 2 and we won 4. So that, and let me add one more on it to make it 7. All right, and then we drew to 80. So we won 1-4, drew 1, and lost 2. So that's what we have in the last 7. All right, yes. So which is a good record based on the teams that we are actually playing. I think that's a very good record, and based off that, Jamaica would go in the final game as the definite favorites. All right, the definite favorites. I would say, but for me, my honesty, I don't believe the stories what people tell me that it's going to be a run over and a domination of one team. I don't believe that, because as a lot of things, the players them that are not available, the system that our coach plays, the only way it become a big scoreline over the top dominant on the scoreline is if one player is just unplayable on the day. But a team plays and being dominant on a team plays in the last 10 games, I've never seen Jamaica being dominant, even included the Trinidad game. It was a period of point. The period that we were dominant in just the first half, but once they changed their system, they are the ones start playing us toe-to-toe, and they scored back, and then we scored back on them. Guatemala, we were not dominated in Guatemala game. They are the ones that pretty much deal with us the whole entire game. Honduras won 1-0 against Honduras. They were the better team. So Guatemala and Honduras was a better team in that game. Then we played 80 at home. 80 at home, I could say that 80 dropped back and play us, give us the ball to play. So that would have been the only, and we drew that game 2-2. So that was the only game I would say that I saw us played, and we looked like we were somewhat dominant because they dropped off and invited us to play, and then broke on us, and that's where we conceded too early on and give up some big chances. But that was the only game I saw Jamaica in the last 9-10 games be dominant and dominant on the ball, and it's because the ball was presented to us and say, you come and break us down. So that's the game that I would say I think we were dominant on the ball. All right, but I think we have good games. The Trinidad game, we made sure Trinidad never had a chance in the game because the goals that we got early on really sealed that off. So I like that. Or we jump on Trinidad fast. I like that one. All right. The Trinidad game we dominated. They just had a couple minutes. But that's what I've said. No, I would say they have a half. They have one half. We have one half. One half, I would say. I think the 80 game, right throughout the game, we were dominant on the ball. Let me check it to make sure. Let me check it to make sure. Just to show you, to make sure. All right? Let me check it to make sure. Because I think we were more dominant on the ball for the 80 game. Obviously, 80 is deadly because 80 have better strikers and everything. So don't watch because the game finished 2-2. 80 had the chances them to score even more on the day. But I'm saying dominant on the ball. On the ball, I was talking. All right? So let me just go here. So, all right, look. This was the 3-2 game. This was more closer possession, 46 to 54, 18 shots to 11. So 80 had more shots in that game. So that's not the game that we're talking. Let me go right here. This is the game that I'm talking. All right. All right. This is the game that I'm talking. All right. So Jamaica had 29% possession. Obviously, they gave us the ball, and it proves because when they want to play on the ball, they use a different system the next time. All right, yes. So you could clearly see that. All right, but we had 71% possession in this one. Let me go to the Trinidad game now. Where's the Trinidad game? So it was Trinidad 4-1. All right, Trinidad 4-1. All right, Trinidad had 47% possession. I'm telling you, it was 1-1 half a piece. We had goals in the second half, so we could say the first half. So we could say, okay, the team naturally dropped back because of them already leading, and they never wanted to cause any unnecessary problem. But I thought that once, and the coach from Trinidad alluded towards this as well. They said that he messed up because he was the one trying to play too defensive, and then let them play in the second half more attacking. And when they played attacking, they caused us all sorts of problems. So that's what I'm saying. So the dominant game technically drew us. It looked like I was accurate right there as it relates to 80 over Trinidad. Even though 80 created so much chances in that game and maybe should have won that game comfortable, to be honest. But at the same time, we had way more of the ball. That's what I'm saying, on the ball. Do we have to be dominant all the time? Question, no. We don't have to be dominant all the time at this stage. But in 10 games, if you only see... remember, the conversation came from, we are going to dominate Damrep. But I'm saying I've not really seen us dominated much teams. And right off the top of my head, I only could have remembered one. And then I look at it and look at the numbers and show you, oh, why I had said that. So it matched to what I'm saying, Juras. You can't switch the conversation, Juras, to different from what I've actually said, sir, and where the argument leading from. All right, you know what? Let me just leave it alone because it looks like all right. Ian Campbell said my starting 11: Wait, Bernard, Hector, Lay, Gray, Lowe, Anderson, Johnson. Ooh, so Johnson in yours, Reed, Bowser, Antonio, 4-4-2. Ian going back to, so Ian, you never liked the 3 at the back system at the first. And with the players them that we missed at this point, you really want to put back 2 in midfield? Ian, let me know about that one. And are you going to go with Johnson when Johnson have not played games for the longest time on planet Earth? Let me know. So let me know why you would go with Johnson. What you saw from him in training. Educate us on that. What you saw from him in training for you to go with Johnson at this point. Let me know. Let me know. Juras. I'm not switching. I hear a lot of platforms saying they have an issue with us not being dominant. Okay. No, but in order to be a top team, Juras, you have to be honest to yourself, Juras. In order for we to be considered as a top team, we have to be honest to ourselves. All the other top teams are dominant, Juras. Panama, when they play all the other teams, and Panama dominate every team they play. Every team aside from the top 3. Every team, even Costa Rica, Panama dominates. All right, so we have to be honest to ourselves and say that that's the only way we are going to transform. And even the coach, but the coach said it, you know. The coach actually said it in the Sportsmax interview, you know. The coach actually said it in the Sportsmax interview, saying, obviously, he's starting from the defensive solidity, but that's what he's trying to achieve, to be more flamboyant as they play and more dominant on the play, because they know that they are not dominant, but they're trying to get the cohesion in the team, and it takes a while. So, Juras, that's the reason why, that's the difference between being a top team in the region and being the team that's on the borderline to become the top team. So, the dominance is needed, Juras. It is needed, Big Boss. It is needed, but we can wait on it. We can wait on it. But some of the times, the smaller teams, we need to see something like it's coming. It's coming at some point, all right? 1 second. I wanted ultimate dominance is 3 points. Jason Ferran, I'm very sorry, Big Boss. No. The ultimate dominance, even for the coach, the ultimate dominance is not the 3 points, even for the coach. And if you ask any coaches what they would prefer, their system working to complete, closer, their system getting closer to completion, or the 3 points, they will always tell you that they will take their system completion, because they know that what they had, no, Juras, that's a cap out. That's a cap out. That's a cap out when you just said results is everything. No. Look, maybe in this conversation, the result is everything for the World Cup. But if you are a coach, believe me, getting your system right is more important than the one result as it relates to maybe in a club match. Then say for instance, you're playing a friendly game. The working on your system is more important than anything else. It's just because this is the World Cup at this specific time. So I could agree with you on this occasion that the result is more important than anything else. But him working on his system is always the most important thing, Big Boss. And he said that out of his mouth. So him not fully agreeing with you right there, Juras. I am going to open the Discord to see if it can come in. But I don't know if it works. I don't know if it works anymore. 1 second. Let me try and get let me see if I can make all right. I'm trying to new name. Call it. So you can give your take and argue your point so people can hear you. All right? Yes. So it's a voice channel. Let me see it. No, I don't want it to be private. I want it to stay same way. But the problem is I've just, all right, let me turn on my microphone But let me set the microphone. I'm going to start the call, Juras, and you let me know if you're hearing me, and I will try and bring the call through here. All right? All right, let me see right here. All right, let me try find my mic. 1 second, guys. Let me get my mic. All right, so not all right, so that means I now take mic and then output and not output default. So default, whatever the default is, don't know if that's going to work on that side, but I think that should be good enough. All right, let me try get this right here because I had advanced this to that settings. Let me put it to the discard. All right, so that should be the discard. All right, let me hear what you guys saying inside the chat. All right, so I'm expecting JA to win. Pastor, I've opened the discard so you can come in. All right, you can come in. And you can come in for a minute, but I'm not sure if it's going to fully work. I'm not sure if it's going to fully work. But 1 second. 1 second. All right, so this is, let me pin this. Because the problem is I don't know if it's going to give me a feedback when it comes through the system. So that is my only problem. You might can hear me, you might can hear me, but it's only the feedback I'm worried about. Guys, remember, once you come in, you hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Give me a take, as the conversation is, I want to hear what you have to say as it relates to this Jamaica team and what you expect. All right? What time is it? Almost 8 o'clock, so I will do 1 more hour. Let me hold on. I've done 1.5 hours. I will do 1 more hour. 1 more hour. 1 second. All right. So make sure to hit the like button. Get us up to 200 likes. Share the video.
Yeah,
1 second. Let me pin this thingy. All right. So let me see. All right. It says my audio coming through. I don't know if I'm gonna hear back. All right. So, Juras, go ahead. You hear me?
JD,
Are
you
you
can
hearing
hear?
me? I saw
You
that
can
you're
hear?
hearing me, but I'm not hearing
I
you.
can hear you.
I'm not hearing you.
I can hear you.
All right, so that means I've not done something correct. 1 second, 1 second. I've not done something correct. That's what I'm saying. Just give me a little time. You see? Let me know if people hearing you, Juras. People, if you let me know if you're hearing Juras. All right, so default output. All right, the output. Fair enough. The fair. All right, headphones. All right, headphones. All right, so output is headphone. All right, so. All right, so I think I'm okay right here. I think I'm the all right. So yeah, go ahead, Juras. Go ahead, Juras. Let me see if I'm hearing you now. All right, so we hear
You can
you.
hear? Can you
We
hear?
hear you both. Yes, I'm hearing you now. I'm hearing you now. Let me know if you guys are still hearing Juras just a while ago, as I've switched something just a while ago, so I want to make sure. Okay, all right. I'm hearing you now, Juras. I am hearing you now.
Yes, yes, I was hearing Juras.
So you guys
Okay.
I'm hearing
inside
both
Pastor,
of
this.
you
you for
can
that
go ahead.
matter.
So you guys can hear you guys can hear both of the guys. I'm just no. Let me know. Just put a yes so I can continue the conversation. Once you guys said you can hear them, because I've changed something. So you guys can hear them now. All right. They said they can hear you guys now. But why is it not showing up? No. Okay. No. I know you should be able to hear me. All right. All
Yeah.
right. All right. So all right. You guys can hear me now. All right. Go ahead now. Go ahead now. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
All
ahead,
right, go
Sir
ahead,
Juras,
Pastor,
and
because
then.
I'm in the middle of something.
Oh, you're in the middle of
Pastor,
something.
you
All
can
right. So yeah, go ahead, Pastor. Or Jason, go now. Anyone of you
Yes.
guys want to go? You go ahead.
Good afternoon to those on the panel. Good afternoon to those on the
All
chat,
right, look like
and
Pastor busy.
those
So big up everybody. Big up JD. Big up the
those who
Imaxit
will be
family.
rewatching.
Yeah. So
Jason, you're not
this
hearing
game
me?
here,
Oh, hold on, hold on,
Jason?
hold on. Pastor speaking, Jason. So clearly you're not hearing Pastor. I don't know what happened. Both of them can't. So maybe you need to jump out, or you and Pastor need to jump out and jump back in.
I was hearing I was hearing everybody clearly.
So you're hearing Juras. So it's Jason's phone,
Yeah,
Jason's
I
device.
heard Juras.
Okay, okay.
And I was hearing Jason too, but apparently Jason wasn't
All
hearing
right.
me.
So that means it's his system then. That's not me. It means it's not you. All right. Go
Hmm.
ahead. Go ahead, Pastor. You will come back in whenever.
Yeah. Um at this time, JD, I just want to say that the I don't think we maximize our best efforts if we speak to our dissatisfaction with quad right now. There's a lot of that to go around. But as I typed in the chat, while I expect the team to win, and I appreciate the breakdowns that you're doing, really, because it highlights to us our need to prepare right for the oppositions that we will face. While I expect the team to win, I am grading the team separate and apart from grading the coach. So Jamaica win is not that is not enough for a win for Grim in my book. If we fail to win by more than 2 goals, in my book it's a loss for Grim, and that is because when you look at the metrics of the system that we're playing in, you have to factor in from your very first game what the goal difference is going to be to ensure that you top the group. Failure to do so is failure to put yourself in the best position to qualify. So let me pause with that.
All right. Thank you very much. Go ahead, Jason Guna.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I'm not hearing Pastor in the Discord, but it's all good. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
for me, basically.
everybody else can hear everybody else, so I don't think it's something off my system. I think it's something from your
Yeah,
system.
no, I think it's something on my end for sure. For some reason, Pastor have a different icon on his thing, but
Yeah, but
never mind that.
you're not hearing. Are you not hearing Juras? Were you hearing
I can
Juras?
hear Drew Ross, I
Okay,
can
let me
hear
see.
you, but for some reason, I'm not
All right,
hearing
I will
Pastor.
try sort out Pastor's thing. All right. Go ahead, go
All
ahead.
right. Yeah. So of course, we have the game coming up Thursday. Dam Rep. I think they're a possession-based team. So even though they got that 4-1 from Peru, the possession in that game was very close. I think it was like 51-49 or 50-50, something like that. So I think for Jamaica, a key that I'm looking for is, I think the coach had mentioned against the USA in the Nations League that he would love to see us be more brave when we're trying to build out and not go so direct. I think that Dam Rep will probably afford us a bit more time when we're building up. I don't think they'll press us as high as the USA or even Panama did. So that's something that I'm hoping that we can see more of. Better passing out the back, building through the channels, trying to build a play so that we can get numbers into the attack. Because sometimes I think we're too isolated when we're attacking, and a part of that has to do with how direct we end up playing. So I'm hopeful that with this team we're playing, um, Damrep won't give us, won't be on us as much as far up the pitch as some of our opponents that we've had recently. So that is the kind of different style that I would like to see. Just us having the ability to take our time, build through the channels, and then when we get the ball into the box, we have the numbers that we need to finish off the play. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Hopeful that we can, see a better passing display from the boys. I have seen some improvements in that regard under this coach, so I'm hopeful that with the difference in opponent this time, we can see some more of that coming through on the day.
All right. Juras seems to be busy at this point. Yep. So what we want to work on, obviously we have talked on Damrep so far. Marlon said if Marlon you want to join, you could join. The link is right there pinned. All right, so you can join if you want. We are only going on an extra hour. I'm going to finish on 2.5 hours. So I'm going to try and box everything in. So whenever Juras wants to speak, he can speak first what he wants to say right there, and then catch up with what we're going to talk about now. Because what I wanted to talk about is we're going to set up, because you had said you both of you guys said a few things and people inside the chat. Or are we going to achieve those things? Because we saw the coach played several different formations, different systems as well, maybe around 2 to 3 different systems, but around four to five different formations. If people don't know, the starting formations 4-4-2, 4-4-1-1, 4-1. No, he never played 4-1-4-1. But those are two first. Then he used a 5. Then he used 3-5-2 because at one point I saw him went up for 5 first. That was when we were losing. I think when we were losing Mexico, he went for 4-3-3 as well when he puts Bobby Reed in it. Don't know if you guys remember, but he changed the system in that one as well because you couldn't get control of the ball. So he used a lot of formation. So the first thing I want to ask, because obviously I know that you guys are studying and trying to keep up with the team, what formation you think is best suited for this, since we know that Damrep is a ball playing team, and what we saw and what we have at this point? I know it's a long-winded question, but what you guys think we should go with based off what you guys saw from Jamaica team and what Damrep actually possesses?
Yeah, so I don't know if Pastor is going, but I can't hear him still.
Pastor, you have an answer to that one? Let me know.
I have an answer to it, but Jason unmuted his mic first, so he can go ahead.
Okay, so you want Jason to go ahead. And Pastor, jump out and jump back in at the same time, and then see if whatever problem Jason had solve. All right? So just jump off and then come back on the stream to make sure, because sometimes it can play up. It's just systems. Go ahead, Jason. Go ahead.
Yeah, so for me, I know some people kind of take the back three to mean that we're trying to go more defensive, but I think it just depends on how you set up the system. So I would probably stick with the 3 at the back system, even for this Damrep game. And I would probably go with a 3-4-3, but I would probably want to utilize Bobby Reed on one of the 3 in the attack line. And that would be mainly because if it happens that in the flow of the game we are losing in midfield or losing that midfield battle, he can always drop into a more central role and kind of make it that 5 when we're out of possession. But when we're attacking, I would like to see it go back to the 3-4-3. So I think I like what I saw in terms of the options that players had around the back to pass out of the press. And I would not want to see that stop, because I do think that we looked a lot more comfortable even against the USA passing out from the back at times. And I thought a part of that, or a big reason for that, was, we were able to use the center backs that were flanking the guy in the middle to kind of build a play. And it wasn't putting so much emphasis on that role where we struggle, which is that central defensive midfield area. So we were able to, in a way, kind of hide some of those deficiencies.
You saw in the USA game, you think that we passed out at the back good enough for you?
Not good enough. I think we could have done better, but I at least saw options for the player to make the pass. Now, I agreed with what the coach was saying when he said sometimes we didn't show the bravery required to play the pass. But I thought that the options and the triangles were much more apparent when we were in that system. It just seemed like the players had a better understanding of where to find space when we played that system. So I would like to see that one continue. And of course, the tweak would just be, where you have your wing back positions or your wide midfielders positions. Perhaps against a team like Damrep, they can get higher up the pitch than they were against the USA and even Panama. But I think we should stick with that system because from what I saw, it was the most fluid that we looked so far. The only other system I would say besides that, JD, is if he wants to play the 4-3-3, because I think the second half of the Canada game, and you referenced that Mexico game when he switched it up, I think that's another time when we have looked somewhat decent in the fluidity aspect of things.
Okay, so you said you're gonna stay with your 3-4-3 system. All right, let me see if Pastor is back. Pastor is not back, so I guess he's struggling to find himself back. 1 second, let me just get the comments right here. Nitro, they will score, but I don't see them the game being a draw. So Nitro's thinking that's going to be a draw. Max City said, don't see Jamaica getting both loads of goals until they are strong harmony. I'll take a 1-0 any day of the week. All right, but that's the problem, I think if we win 1-0, I wouldn't really be pleased. I think I would prefer more of a 2-goal lead. That's the first thing I would look for still. But if you get the win, I would take the win just the same and then try to score as much more on the Dominica. Yeah. All right. Stop the midfield from Domrep from dominating the game. All right. So 4-3. All right. So give your actual list that you want to give, so we can move on from that. So I can chop up mine. So go ahead, give your goalkeeper and your team itself.
All right,
So
so
can know.
goalkeeper would be Wait.
All right. So wait,
Um,
wait is not in this system. I don't know. Oh, wait is not in this system. So anyways, people, wait is any one of these. Wait. All right. All
yeah,
right.
just
So
put out
wait is
Jamal.
this one. So yeah, go ahead.
All right, so in the center of the back three, I'm gonna put Hector back
Hector, back three.
there.
All right.
Yep.
Hector in the back
And
three.
then yes, and then I am going to take Low out of the midfield for this occasion, and I'm gonna
Yes.
put him on the right side of the back three.
Okay. Low. All right.
And then I'm gonna put Bernard on the left side of the back three.
Bernard. Have we confirmed that these guys are out? KC Palmer and Lembekis are fully out. Have we confirmed that, people inside the chat? Have we confirmed that? Because I've not. Someone asked me yesterday and I have not researched it. So my fault. I need to research it, because if they are
Yeah.
out, if they are out, I have a question. Can we truly play the back three if they are out? You understand? Because the players that we actually have available.
I think one of the left. I think Greg Lee is fine in that role. He's played it for club, but I do agree that the Tavon Gray on that right side of this system is a bit of a question mark. He hasn't really shown me in the Jamaican colors, that he can, do something going forward. I will say, coming into this game, he did have a nice crossing assist in his last game, and has basically gotten back his starting role at the right back. So he's having a good season so far. But I think I like the idea of having him on that right side, just in case the coach wants to like adjust the system in the game, because he could easily revert to a back four type of system if he wanted to, if Gray is out there. But for now, I'll say Tavon Gray on that right midfield, right wing back role.
Tavon Gray.
And Lee on the other side.
All right, so guys, this is adding in that maybe Dexter Lembekisa and KC Palmer is not available. All right, yeah, so that's what we're gonna work with. Because I think I heard the coach himself said that as well, that they're actually suspended, and if they're suspended,
yeah.
No, let me not stay on that. Let me not go on that, because yeah, go ahead. Just pick it.
Oh, you're saying why?
No, man,
have them in the
just
squad
pick the
at all?
team. Pick the team. I'm not gonna turn this show different. I will just leave it to the next day.
No. All right, cool. All right, so in the center of midfield now, so you have Gray, Lee on the next side. Central midfield now, this is a tough one. So Karai Anderson, for me, I think this is the window where we're gonna have to use him more than we have in the past. Casey Palmer is out for the first game, so I think he would slot in where Casey would more than likely be. So that would be one of those midfield roles. And then to partner him, experience-wise, you would say Daniel Johnson. But we know, as those who track the players in their clubs and everything, he hasn't had the best time since about January, not playing, not in squads. So his match sharpness is in question. But as I look through this squad here,
Kevin Lambert alive.
Yes, Kevin Lambert is back in as well. And he's one that could definitely get the shout as well. So look, for balance, and because I know that Daniel Johnson might not be the sharpest match fit wise, I'm gonna say for my team I would start Lambert and Anderson in the middle.
And Lambert played all 12 games for his club, so
Lambert has been excellent in the championship this season, playing 90 minutes every game. So yeah, he's in good form in the USL, so he can start there in the middle. And then in the three attacking positions now, we're gonna go with Bobby Reed on the right. We're gonna put Shamar on the left, and we're gonna put Antonio through the middle.
Bobby Reed, Shamar on the left.
Yeah, Shamar on the left and Antonio through the middle. Now, a part of the reason why I went with this system, as I said before, people, if in the flow of the game we're seeing that we're losing that midfield battle, it can easily kind of change into like a 3-4-1-2 or a 3-5-2, and you just slide Bobby Reed more central, and then you can put Bowser and Antonio as the two strikers up front. Because we've seen when he plays the two strikers like he did against the USA, they kind of are like wide forwards in a way. So I think the system could work that way with Bobby kind of filling in that middle channel and dropping into midfield if we need the numbers there. So it gives you a little versatility having these players starting in the system. And I think it can be easily adjusted to a different system if it's not working out.
Okay, all right. Thanks for that. People, let me know what you think about this. If you're okay with it, or if knowing the squad and the limitations and stuff. All right. Let me know if you're okay with that or not. So, Pastor, could you hear Jason?
Yes, I heard Jason.
And Jason, are you hearing Pastor now or not?
I'm still not hearing
All right,
Pastor.
so
He has a
I
little
don't.
icon by his microphone. I don't
Well,
know what
I
that
don't
means.
know. Maybe it's for you because I'm not seeing any icon beside his microphone. I saw icon beside mine's, but I don't see. So I don't know if it's something from your side. Maybe you and Pastor a microphone fighting or something. I don't know.
Yeah, my phone don't want me hear the loudness, I guess. I don't know.
All right.
Jason.
1 second, Pastor, before you go. Float Management says, because we have Dominica to play in this window, and I don't think the players are going back home. They will go straight to the Copa. So you're answering to a question that I never asked. I know what you're, because I never wanted to change the stream. Yes. Kevin Lambert start, in my opinion. Yes. I think so too as well. Maxit, yeah. So go ahead, Pastor. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
Yeah. My
Let me see.
11 that I'd select is a little bit different than Jason's.
Rubin,
I'll go with waiting goal. Um,
Chile.
I am going to go with
With Chile. So go ahead, Pastor, man. I'm just looking at what I could add to it. They said I can put that I'm chilling, so I just put that I'm chilling.
okay. I'll go with waiting goal.
Yes.
I'll go with Low Bernard and Hector in the defense because I'm playing three. And then I'm playing Lay on the left. Uh, I'm gonna go with Gray on the right side, and that might be my area of biggest concern. But I'll go with Kevin Gray on the
So
right side.
if Gray goes up the pitch, right, like how you guys keep putting this formation, you don't think that we have enough help now because he's up the pitch. I think it's normally the right back position. We just don't have those people for the right back position at this point.
I'm not playing him to do a lot of parades up the pitch, only when necessary, because I am starting all of the big guns
Um,
that are in this squad.
I
So
Pastor, I don't want to cut in, but Umzo, Owen says Lowe will be back in midfield, so calm down, everyone. And then he followed right here, Pastor, to say that the coach not playing a back three against Damrep. Why we constantly think that a back three, not a back five, because back three means you're using a right and a left midfielder, which are more players up the pitch. Why we constantly think that a back three is a defensive formation? Because I think every time we are
be-
speaking, people think that when you say a back three, you think that we're going to use wing backs. Wing backs is a back five. These are left and right midfielders. So this is more of an advanced team than a less attacking team. It's more. If everything works out
you
well.
see,
Go ahead, Pastor. Sorry about that.
Judy, the reason I am playing 3-5-2, is
3-5-2.
because I want to win the battle in midfield. I'm playing to win this game in midfield. So I am starting with my midfield being Lambert, Anderson, Reed, with Lay on their left and Gray on their right. So that gives me a five in the middle of the park to advance. When we are defending, it becomes a five because they will play out. But when we have the ball, I am actually going to dictate the pace of the game. Um, so I am literally playing with Antonio and Boza up front, with my first player off the bench being Cephas. If I am if I am unsure about Kevin Gray, and this would be based on what he shows in the camp,
Mm-hmm.
I would put Bobby Reed as the right side midfielder and start Cephas at the top of the midfield to be right behind Antonio, and or I would actually put Antonio at the top of the midfield to be in the middle there, so behind Cephas and Bowser. But that would be a second choice 11 for me based on what Gray is showing in in the camp.
And do you think that the four that you're using behind the front three will keep the ball retention going in our favor, right?
I don't believe that we gave Lambert sufficient credit for the work that he has done, JD.
I don't
And
not me. Or you think
yeah,
Jamaica
I
football
yeah,
fan?
I said we because I want to
To the
speak
viewers, okay.
specifically to the
Yeah,
Jamaica
man, yeah.
football
But you
fan
can't
base.
class me in it, Don't say me. Just say you and your people them, not me.
No, no, JD,
Yes,
no.
yes.
Because if you say it
No,
that way, then I
well,
would not be in it.
well, Pastor, I'm going to exclude myself. That's all I do. All right, because I'm not going to take credit. I'm not going to take credit for something that I don't do. All
All
right,
right.
so
Let me say it.
just
Let me say it a different way that would speak
mhm.
a clearer truth. I don't believe Kevin Lambert has been given the due respect he has deserved for the performances he has put on for Jamaica. I don't believe he has been given the level of respect he should have been given. So that takes me out of it and takes you out of it. Okay. Because we know
So
we
why
have
are you desperate to take yourself out of it when you are the
because
one?
because the truth is
No,
Jenny.
no. See, you
Jenny,
are
the
the one,
truth is
Pastor. Hold on, you are the one put yourself in it first, But because me want take
yes,
myself
because
out
I
of it.
wanted Jenny. Every time I come on a stream and you say, this is not a stream that you want me to be fighting. And I am doing my very best to ensure that I'm not fighting with anybody. And you see it, you don't want to draw battle lines.
Pastor,
Once the battle line is drawn, it's a war.
Pastor. Just listen to what I've said, Pastor. It was not about me. I just ask, exclude myself, Pastor, and you just do everything to exclude yourself out as well. And I just asking why,
Yes,
you know.
because the truth is, the two of us may be in the very small group. Not maybe the two of us are the very small group that has tried to use the best of analytics and metrics available to ensure that Lambert was not shafted. It's a very small group.
All right, big boss. All right, continue, big boss.
So I believe that Lambert will do as he normally does, put in a good shift. I have this speedy, young, technically gifted, fearless midfielder to be there, as well as if you wanted any general to shepherd a platoon, you could not find a better than Bobby Reed, the utility man, to literally be there. So I would play that as the construct, have Bobby wear the 10, and make it that way.
Okay.
I don't think there's a lot different in that Bowser seemed to be in recent form for the Jamaica team, the one that is hitting the back of the net. So that might make me want to start him closer so that, yeah, the big provider,
Okay.
Captain Jamaica, can reach him rather than having to depend on him to reach Captain Jamaica.
All
So
right.
that might be the plus that I go with.
All right. Let me go
But
through.
beyond, yeah.
Let me go through this comment. I saw one right here from Mr. Gunner's boss. Said, "No one cares what 11 pastors, preachers, and deacons picked. It's irrelevant to what the coach picked. Useless thing, this." All right. So what is the purpose of you being on YouTube and are watching interested football content? Because you have just pretty much said that you're not interested in football, or you know, interested in what the pastor does, which is pastor is a part of my platform from a long time, so it's nothing cheap. So I don't get it. So what you want? First you said you don't like when people bash the JFF. No, you don't like when the pastor, and you don't like when you don't like football. So then what is the purpose? It's making me feel like no, you don't really have the purpose then, big boss, you know. And I've tried to lead from respect, but I don't know what happened to you. You seems like an unhinged individual. I have to say that you seems at this point, Mr. Gunner's boss, it seems like you're an unhinged individual. All right, yeah, because what you're saying makes no sense. You know, I don't know if it made sense to you, but no disrespect, but it made no sense just a while ago. You know, because you're here, unless you just want to support us because we're Jamaican, which for we don't want that. And we don't want you to support us because we're Jamaican. I don't build a Jamaican cult. Furthermore, I wouldn't actually respect a Jamaican cult. I want people to just be interested in football, and that's what we do. So I'm a little bit different, Mr. Gunner's boss. So just if you don't have nothing to say or you know I'm interested in it, just come back to the ones them that you think you're interested in, big boss. Alright? Yeah, man. But big up to you and your family and your work and the crane that you're working in as well. And make sure you keep it in right condition. Yes, yes. The Gunners don't look like he's interested in any football. Max said Jamaicans don't have much belief. Look what Sports Mole said. We say Jamaica 4-0 Damrep despite the Reggae Boyz are incurring a number of key injuries. Jamaica, the far superior side. I wouldn't. um, the far superior side. I wouldn't jump to say that that is true. You know? I wouldn't jump to say that is true. You know, because let me tell you the far superior teams in Concacaf. I would say United States, Mexico, to Damrep. So those are the far superior thing. I don't, and that's why the argument came up with Juras when I'm saying that you can't be a big team if you don't dominate games. And Jamaica is one of the only teams in the top 6 that don't dominate a game, are 1 in every 10 games. So you can't be the far superior team when one of the main elements to make you be superior, you don't do at all. So I think Jamaica have big players, but we are not going to be the superior teams, or the far superior team against any opponent at all. Remember we played Grenada. I don't think Grenada is better than Damrep, you know. People forgot what happened in Grenada. Imaxit, have we actually watched Grenada game? Go back and watch Grenada game. I don't think Grenada is better than Damrep. And this is not we trying to overhype, because I know people lack comprehension skills a lot of time. So sometimes they just jump. Once you don't go with the narrative of overhyping it, they think that you're saying that, oh, Damrep is good. No, we're talking about putting context. We played Grenada, and Grenada was a better passing team right through. They created chances over and over. Weight was big in that game for them not to actually score more goals. And also Grenada is not a better team than them. So why we just jump the far superior team? Because when we finish the Grenada game, in our stream, nobody out here saying that we were the far superior team in the Grenada game. I have that stream on my channel. So then where we get that from, Max City? Have we achieved that title in the few because of the other games? Max City, educate me. Because I think we have to achieve the dominance first before we can say we are far superior. Because I don't think Panama, I think Panama, because they have improved their system, they might become the far superior in finding ways to lock down people. But I don't think they have the superpower of the scoring. If you added Mikel Antonio to Panama team, maybe their team would have automatically become better than Jamaica team, just with Mikel Antonio on it, because they have actually mastered the craft of shutting it down and keeping the ball retention and creating more chances. But if they had that level of finisher and to keep pressing your back line and forcing your back in your own half because of the level of striker, they could become one of the 3-4 best teams and dominant team. I don't know what you guys have to say on that, if you disagree with me or you agree with me on that take, as it like we are the far better team even with the injuries them. I don't know. Pastor Jason, you guys want to come in on that one? What you see on that point? Because I don't agree with Max City right there.
JD, you're the host, so you have to deal with those kind of things. I fully agree with I'm saying I fully agree with your response to it, But I'm saying I'm not going to go into any football discussion that is putting our team on a pedestal by diminishing another team. When the Reggae Boyz end up on a pedestal, for me, it is because they have earned the place over teams that have been playing football at a level that we have not yet attained.
But Pastor, if you look at it, maybe he believed that we got the 4 wins out of the 6. So he saw the team in a certain light. So he's pretty much thinking that. But remember, it's a football program, so people have to ask questions. And that's why I was asking, if you saw it, like based on what you saw with the transition and everything, you think that we have attained that level of dominance as yet? Because I answered him and give him some stories to what he can go back and research, or whoever the listener can go back and research and then decide if they are going to pick my side or they're going to go with Max City. It's a conversation, Pastor.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, here's my contribution to the conversation. I have been maybe the sole voice that has been saying the Jamaica Reggae Boyz are yet to attain the status of being a team. So we cannot be dominant team over anybody else when we are not yet a team. Now,
Okay.
we have done credibly in the Nations League, or I could say we have done well because we got the 3rd place. We beat Panama. We held USA for 89 minutes. So I can say we have done well. However, we are still not yet at the stage where you can say this is a team, and that has been our negative, so to speak. So I don't see us dominating anybody until we attain that status.
But you could see us scoring more than 1 goals, like how we have. We scored more than 1 goals, but not necessarily in a dominant fashion. But just get the goals them based on a player is a superior than the other specific player that he's paired with and stuff. That's what you think?
I believe the biggest bull in Concacaf is Captain Jamaica. There's no defense line in Concacaf that is going to nullify Mikel Antonio. He's a presence. If you add Bowser's size capacity to that, Stephens' speed, Bobby Reed's supply, and I'm just speaking with the players that are in camp for these two games. I see us scoring more than 2 goals. And remember that I said for the coach to come out of this thinking that he has won something, the team must win by more than 2 goals. So I'm expecting us to score 3 or more goals in case we concede against Damrep.
All right, fair enough. Like Winter JD, I noticed that 90% of the squad started. 90% of the squad, most of the players out of contract. So I think all gone should be out to showcase their real their talent to the world. Okay, so half of the squad. Okay, so you think that they should be G'd up. I think some of them know that because remember, maybe it's just the timing because they do get time when they're gonna fix their contract, just like Hutchinson. The difference with Hutchinson's contract was in the actual period of when World Cup qualifiers going. That's when they said they're gonna analyze him and decide. And most people never read that when I had the article up on the screen, show them when they said they wanted to do all of those things. And that's why I'm saying sometimes with the players, then people jump the guns too fast because they're not reading anything. They're just jumping conclusion. And even a next article came out on Hutchinson. They're saying that maybe the coach might just try and sell him to try go for the money and everything because maybe the coach don't see him in their specific plans that they have as well. I will do a separate video for that. All right, so I don't know still. Let's see. I don't agree with the choice of word, not a team. Okay. I'm sorry about that. JD, you get the pasta, the earphone yet? No, we have not got him the earphone yet because he said he's gonna work on a few things and see how long the thing can, the charge one can work, Yes, I saw your comment, Osh Puppy. I just saw your comment. Sorry about that. We have a solid 16 player, but we need to get used to the squad player being rotated to compensate whenever necessary. All right. So you are saying that we need to have we need to make all right. So but even United States, if you look at it, even United States, yes, they rotate their squads, but not on purpose, not on purpose because sometimes they play 3-4 games with the same squad. And if injury comes along, these guys know what to do. But the thing is, the United States really have the same roster for a while now, and they don't have the World Cup qualifiers, so they can get other games that are more meaningless to work on their actual craft. So it's easy for them to know exactly what to do when get called up. For Jamaica, it's not the same way. Every time Jamaica playing a game, it is completely different. They have to win the game and they have to try the 2-3 days that they do get to put everything together. They have to try work it out in that specific time. So it's completely different. But I understand what you're saying, Big Boss. Yes, go ahead, Osh Puppy. Drop back your comment so I can get it. All right. I know Antonio does a lot of things to help our system, but he is not a clinical finisher. The clinical finisher thing. So what we think? Who you think we think is a clinical finisher? Shamar Nicholson. We think is a clinical finisher. What you guys think about that clinical finisher thing? I think I'm gonna finish the show on that argument. I have 27 more minutes to go. The clinical finisher thing. Shamar Nicholson, because we always say Shamar Nicholson clinically, all right? Because sometimes I just believe that is a duty. Because remember, what we look at, if a coach put on Mikel Antonio, look, Latibodier had played in defensive central. Damian Lowe played in this played a defensive central role in a same two, but in a different system. You think that the instructions were the same? I don't think so. And I would apply the same thing to the forward line and Omar Fowling as well to say that the position, the instruction that they do get is a little bit different. If Mikel Antonio, they sent him out there and say, I'm going to come back to that fouling. If they send Mikel Antonio out there and say, Mikel Antonio, just run to the goal and kick the ball. Just run to the goal, kick the ball. You don't have no other responsibility. Just go out there and do what you when the coach put on Whisper and Kaim Dixon. You think that he's not going to take more shots? Honest to God, if obviously I know that these players are big players now, and this is what I'm saying, where it could seem a little bit not correct, because some of these young players, when he puts them on the field, it's just he's just telling them, oh, just go out there and do whatever you want to do. And he said that in interviews, he said that about Whisper and Kaim Dixon. First he said about Whisper, he doesn't know what Whisper doing. He doesn't know what Whisper doing. So he doesn't know what Whisper doing. He doesn't know what Whisper doing. And Whisper, he doesn't think Whisper know what he's doing either, and he doesn't really think that the opponent knows as well. So you just let him put him on the field and let him do what he's doing. When Mikel Antonio goes on the field, he has to play a certain channel to move the other people in place, so the others can find space as well. So that I think we look at it too simple. About just scoring goals and stuff, because if you're not in a position to score a goal because you are doing a different function for the team, I think it's hard for you to judge a man on scoring goal for a team. The goals that Mikel Antonio actually scored was goals that he strike one from 1 billion miles, a penalty, and he ran from his own half after Taxi Lawrence passed him the ball. Was it Taxi? Was it Taxi or Devon Williams? I think it was Taxi, because it was over the left-hand side against El Salvador. That's how he scored the goals. Nobody created anything for him and let him in the box trying to do certain things. So I don't think Jamaica team itself, and this is where even the dominance conversation get a big tough beat right there. Because if we are dominant, he would have been in the spaces them to score more goals on a regular occasion. He is a part of trying to get our lines up the field. Oh, Leon Bailey got those chances. Mikel Antonio dropping deep. Mikel Antonio creating off the right-hand channel. You understand me? So he has to be doing different things aside from trying to look at goals only. Alright, and I'm not picking up for Mikel Antonio, but I just think that we don't look into those things. Ball TV, I did with laugh. Well, that's what the coach said, and that's what I saw when they put on these kids. They don't tell them to do anything more than just go out there and just do whatever you want to do at that time. And they come on screens and tell you guys that, but you guys don't question it or anything. But yet still, at the same time, you guys evaluate the young guys them that gets no instruction, just go out there and do whatever you want to do. And the next man them they play to instruction. That's why I think that you guys did Jamalo a harsh job. Because Jamalo on the field running up and down the whole time, and then they just send on the kid to just go and run up and down. Without playing for the team itself. At the time when we are ragged, just go out there and run up and down, and if something created, no real responsibility. So you can't judge a man off responsibility and the next man off nothing at all. You understand me? And say, oh, that man should play over that next man. That makes no logical sense, because one man is playing to instruction. That's why he started the game. You understand me? And the next man come on just for a fairy tale story. I'm telling the honest truth, and that's why sometimes I can't. That's why sometimes I want everybody on my field, on my team. You are professional enough. That means you're playing to. You have to get you have a job to do for the team. It's not a fairy tale story and a fantasy story always. I can't stand it, because the fan base itself will start to think in fantasy as well. You understand me? Because that's what you guys did the last USA game, I heard people saying that Kaim Dixon did more than Jamal Lowe in the time that he's on the field. And I'm wondering, what football level have you actually watched to believe these stupidness? You understand me? Yes, so that is my problem still. Sometimes we have to evaluate it and make sure we talk on those points exactly as what it is. When these youth little kids coming on, they are not getting any instruction on what to do. They're just going out there to just kill some time and try see if they can do something to help your career. The next man them, they are playing for Jamaica to win. That is completely different conversations. So stop put it in the same realm and then fantasize to say that that's what should happen. You know, it's just sound wrong. It just sound really wrong. And I know it is wrong, you know, but come on, man. We need to read the football a little bit better, man. JD, a clinical finisher needs ball played into them for them to finish. And any chance Shamar score, Antonio can score also. No player that create his own goal is what our strikers have to be doing. And that's all we're saying, you know. So people just listen to my conversation right there, you know. And I have a strong point here because I've listened to what these coaches says, you know, when they're here, and I've looked at our culture as a footballing culture, you know. Listen to what we talk, you know. And this is where the uncomfortable truth comes out. You know what I've just talked about. Two of your you guys special players them. When you listen to the coach talk, it just seems like I can't bother with this, man. You know why we have to be doing this and be talking that we are a big team. You know, yeah, man. Everybody come in the team after them responsibility, man. If people talk about age gap cuts. Well, you know what cuts worldwide. 18 years old are professionals that are doing their jobs exactly as to the T what they wanted. So what we need to do now, if we want 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds in our squad, they should be having the duty, just like Karai Anderson, not just come on the field and just run around. No, no, I don't want that. Professionalism, I want in my team. That's my take still. All right. So as it relates, I wanted you guys to give your take on it, you know, but you guys never chip in, so I
Okay.
just continue.
We were trying to chip in, but we just make it up.
No, but me ask you, you know.
No, but
Jenny, we allowed you to speak because you were on a roll.
yeah,
So
man, you're on a roll.
I didn't want to cut your trend of thought. But whose comment did you read?
It was Omar
Max
Fowling.
TV, Max City,
Omar
or Omar.
Fowling.
Yeah.
That
S-
comment,
s-
that
s-
comment,
no man, but Omar
that
Fowling.
comment kind of summarized. That comment kind of
No, but
summarized
Pastor Omar
what I was
Fowling.
saying.
But Omar Fowling look at things different, you know. Um, than I see most people. So Omar Fowling, I mean it in a negative way. He's just saying that he would want extra from Mikel Antonio. So maybe he just never look at it
No,
from
no,
that
no, no.
side.
I'm talking the comment that spoke about what our forwards have to be doing as it relates to clinical finishers. That comment that I'm talking.
Okay, okay, okay.
So when you talk about clinical finishers, you're talking about Gary Lineker, you're talking about Ronaldo from Brazil, you're talking about Cruyff and those German guys. Um, if you're going to say Jamaica clinical finisher, you're going to have to go for Dion Burton because the strikers that we have today are strikers, as the commenter said, that are working the ball to the goal rather than being in the space, being provided with the ball to finish. If you notice, even the goals that Demarai Gray scored, that in itself was clinical, but because he's not necessarily finishing, he's not going to be deemed a finishing player because he's the one that is actually developing, so to speak, the play. So he's doing more than just finishing. Goal poachers are normally labeled clinical finishers, if you want to define the term properly. And so we don't presently have clinical finishers based on the system that the coach is playing. You don't have a goal scorer out there just working the position to be supplied. All of our forwards have to be working as suppliers in to a large extent. So our wing forwards, in the case of Gray and Bailey and Jamal Lowe, and the likes of Cephas, they have to be doing. And if you notice, the Michael Antonio goals, even the Moza goal when Moza takes it and comes into the 80-yard box and then score. Those are not what make you so much considered a clinical finisher. The term clinical finishers was primarily applied to the goal poachers like Gary Lineker or Jurgen Klinsmann.
Okay. You finish?
Yep, no, I'm not finished. I stopped.
Okay, I was trying to gauge. All right, so Juras, go ahead. Go ahead, big boss. Don't know if they're all up in the work.
Well,
Go ahead.
no, man, I'm home now, but I wanted to say a lot, but I'll touch on a few stuff. Mainly the last point when the comment said, in terms of Mikhail not being a clinical striker, but you touched on it very well, and there's a phrase that you always use, JD, in terms of a luxury player, right? Would we consider Mikhail a luxury player as of like Leon and maybe Demara in some sense? No. Mikhail to me is a player that sits back in midfield, holds the ball up, to find outlets and, as you said, runs the channels. And not only that, he puts in a good shift in terms of pressing and trying to win back balls as well. He's the type of striker that will go back and defend, and there's no issues with that. He will have no qualms with that. So, you touched on it as well, and you said we can't be one-minded or one-sided when we're thinking about a player like Mikel. Even when he went missing for his club West Ham after the injury after the or Canada series, right?
Mm-hmm.
His coach was very pissed off, as we can recall, because Mikel wasn't putting the ball in the back of the net then, But what he was bringing to West Ham
Mm-hmm.
is the
Mm-hmm.
same. I'm not gonna say the same thing as Jamaica, but very similar in terms of what he brings. Not a prolific goal scorer this season for West Ham, or you can even go back to last season, but he is someone that brings more than just putting the ball in the back of the net. He is capable of doing so when called upon, I believe so. And people go back to the Gold Cup and say, oh, I'm sure he's disappointed that he wasn't able to score at all. But you could see where he was giving the effort, and where a few times occasions from crosses from Gray, from crosses from Leon, where he just came up just a tad short of putting the ball in the back of the net, right? But Mikhail brings a lot more to the table, people. So when we sit back and we're assessing the football, let's look on every factor possible. You know what I'm saying? Let's
Yeah.
really, yeah, not everybody's where you're a striker in from Man City,
Oh
Harlem.
Lord
Not
God.
everybody's that, you know what I mean? Where that's a porcher and so forth. But he bring a lot to the table, man. And a lot of people also say, oh, got age out and them someday in terms of the World Cup squad. If Mikhail can stay fit, right, and keep up with his health, which he seems to be very good at in terms of maintaining his body. I see Mikhail probably in that World Cup squad. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not as a starter by then. Let's be realistic, but
Mm-hmm.
somebody that can bring value and bring something off of that
And
bench.
and this
And
and
go
the
ahead.
starting position, big boss, all comes down
Yeah,
to who we add to our team because most of our players, I don't see them in two
exactly.
years reaching Mikel Antonio level. I am very sorry because
I hope.
this year Mikel
Mhm.
Antonio still came back to catch Shamar and surpassed him, with not playing
In
on
terms
months,
of goals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I don't know what to say, to be honest. We have to be honest to ourselves. But
Well, hopefully Shamar can catch up. Hopefully, whosoever is the whisper, whosoever is going to be in that striker role, even if it's Bailey, Kadamitari, or whatever you
2 years
pronounce his
from now,
name.
2 years from
Oh,
now.
yeah, 2 years from
Two,
now,
oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
think I
no,
think we
two
can be
seasons.
done.
No, man, 2 seasons. I'm no, the striking pool. I think we have to get an
It's
already
looking.
good striker,
Mhm.
to replace them. So I think Shamar would be the closest. Shamar is around big league for the last 4, 5, 6 seasons. For the last
Yeah,
six
I
season,
agree.
so
I
he
agree
should,
there.
once he can kick on in a good form, he should be the one. But Whisper and all of those kids, I don't see them in 2 years' time reaching the level of
JD,
Mikel Antonio. Them, I don't see that as yet. I think they need more time than that. Even Kadamatiri as well, I think.
Well, that's a fair assessment. We can only hope for the best,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
So based off that, big boss. So based off that, I think he still stays around for the next 2 years if he
Yeah, that's what
continues.
I said.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, man. He
Barring
can
injury,
definitely
we
do
will have Mikel Antonio for 4 years.
Oh,
that. I agree.
Pastor, I will not go to the 4 years. I will just say two. Yeah,
Two,
But
yeah,
you're
two to three.
you're
Three is
set.
good.
yeah.
You're,
Pastor.
you're going to set you're set for 2026.
Yes,
And
yes.
I'm telling you that he's going to be
But
in the qualifiers
pastor.
for
Sometimes,
2030.
but pastor, relax yourself, no, pastor. Because some of the times these man tired too, Yeah, act like saying, I remember Michael
No, I
Antonio.
said barring injuries.
Me know, but I'm saying some of the time the man I'm fed up of football too, Like them doing
He's
enough.
not going to be fed up of football.
Oh
This
God,
is his go around the moon.
pastor,
I
listen.
listened to that interview. I'm speaking from what I gleaned from the interview. After the tragic period in his football career that has to do with his marriage breakdown and really,
Mm-hmm.
this is his next go around the moon. Mikel Antonio, barring injuries, is fully focused on football. That kind of mindset, which is what has carried him as the driving, bullish player that he displays himself to be, is going to keep him playing football. So even though I don't think that I would hope that Jamaica would get to the stage that we could carry him like how Cameroon carried Roger Miller, but I don't know that we will. But so I wouldn't be thinking Mikel Antonio 2030, but certainly he will be playing for Jamaica after 2026.
All right. So to Juras's point, maybe Ellie Sims, maybe and people put it in the chat, maybe Ellie Sims a little bit older than the rest of the forwards that we do have. So maybe him, and he has consistent seasons of hitting certain heights. And when you look at his ability, you can clearly see that he's a goal scorer. He's a goal scorer. Period. So yeah, he could be one that you add to the list. I think he's a solid player, solid enough to cause some problems. But we don't know if we are gonna get this player. But if so, he would be one on the list. He would be one on the list. He rockets out what 13 goals. I thought he scored more than that. Okay, no, he scored more than that, but he's in all competition. So he netted what 19 goals and 4 assists. So 20 had goals contribution. Yeah, man. So he would be a good player, people. All right, and obviously other young players, them like the Whispers and those players, they would be better version of themselves than what they are now. But I'm just saying sometimes in that prolific striker, it takes a while to do, and it takes the system that favors you. Most of our systems that we play favors Lay and Bale. Have we not even talked about that? Most of our system that we play now favors Lee and Bailey. All right, Lee and Bailey to play in the pocket to try let him express himself, because that's what most coaches does, try to use the key player that they think they want the most from. So we're watching system. So that take of Mikel Antonio, I just think it's just a no, I don't believe that statement. Captain Jamaica shall be in our World Cup squad as the main striker. He's world class. No one better. He's Jamaica's Messi. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that is over the top. That's over the top. But all I'm saying is Mikel Antonio, fair enough. Keep on doing the thing. Once Mikel Antonio is on his game, he causes problems. That's what we do know. Causes problems. And that's what you want him in the Jamaica team to just cause some problems and lay off the balls, if that's the case, to the additional players, and we will definitely support it. So 9 o'clock now of my time, guys. So I'm gonna run off to try and make it back for 1 o'clock. All right, maybe around 12:30 I'm gonna start for the girls. If I don't wake up, that means I'm extremely tired. All right, yes, but I will try because I don't want to miss the game, because I really want to break it down, and to find back some of these games, the full games, can be challenging at times, So
It is not tired or rest that prevent you from waking up or waking you up.
pastor,
You only wake up because of the allowance of God Almighty.
oh my God, All right, Pastor. All right, because oh man, you know what? I'm not going to challenge what you say, Pastor. Because if me say me tired, Pastor, why you have to go in additional deep? Why me can't just say,
Um,
Juras? Why I can't say what I want to say, and Pastor don't tell me what him
because it
think?
is not correct.
Pastor,
God
come on,
alone wakes us up.
Pastor,
Only God wakes us up.
Pastor,
If you're
Pastor,
fully rested, that don't really wake you up.
Pastor,
You know
Pastor,
how many years them people laying down over the cemetery? You see any of them wake up?
Pastor,
They are well rested.
I'm
Pastor,
on Pastor started this one, bro.
Pastor,
Sorry.
Juras. I said what I said. Um, I am not going to argue with Pastor. I said if I don't wake up, I am very tired. All right?
That is not because you're tired. It is because God don't allow you to wake up.
Okay, God don't allow me to wake up, so
Yes,
you can't.
but He shall.
Let me just state it
We have
clearly,
we.
man.
Let me not say we. I have prayed for you, so I believe that God will allow you to wake up, and we will have a
Oh man,
wonderful stream watch along celebrating the girls
people,
in
if me no wake
Brazil.
up, me tired. All right, that's what me say.
That is not true.
If me no wake up, me tired. I'm gonna leave it right there, so me not gonna argue with
That
this
is a
man.
false
Pastor, you
statement.
can say what you want to say. It's your perception and your story what you say.
No,
All
that
right.
is the biblical fact.
Well, it can be
God alone
biblical fact.
controls our waking. In
Get
our
get right
up.
get right with the Lord and you wake up, JD.
Well,
All right, people. All I'm saying, I say what I
trust in the
say.
Lord to wake you up.
I say what I said, And these guys are just saying all sorts of other things that I've not.
Anything other than that,
People, if I don't
I will
wake up, I
just
am
pray that
tired.
Gemma has some reason to wake you up, to allow God to use her to wake you up.
People, if I've not woke up, I am tired. That's all. That's all I've said. And Pastor just try to find a drama for no reason. All right, so let me just
I
get
am
over
not.
this. Pastor, I'm begging you. I'm trying to go to the bed to actually wake up. All right. So you don't tell me, say, me can go at my bed 5 minutes to wake up 10 minutes later, rather than getting the 3 hours to get up. All right, because
You
God
can
go
do
wake
that.
me up and me get well rested in 5 minutes rather than the 3 hours. All right,
Yes.
Pastor, listen to me, Pastor. This is the foolishness we are talk about, where people don't listen, All right, and so you can only can jump. You see Jason and Dura. So yeah, I agree with you. All right, yeah. So the man will get 8 hours and me will get 5 minutes. Yeah, watch, see which one we are gonna wake up first. All right, that's all I'm going to say. Not going
Can
to
I make
argue
my
It
with
is
you.
closing
God's
statement,
still
please?
on.
Yes, make a closing statement,
Closing
Mr.
statement.
Juras.
Yes, I'm glad to
Yes.
see the return of the Discord.
No,
Okay,
it was not a
I hope
return
it
of the
doesn't
discard.
leave
You
again.
you can't bully me
All
into
right.
what I'm gonna
I'm
do,
not
Juras.
bullying you. I'm just
Yes.
saying okay.
You're
All
glad to
right.
see the return,
I
like you
go and get
already
your rest,
informed
sir.
something. Yes. No
Go
bother
and
with
get
it.
your rest.
No bother with it,
Bye.
Juras. Yeah, bye. Yes. What a man full of attitude. You wanna listen to him? Yes, man. Yeah, go ahead, Pastor. Finish up your take. Or make
Just
Jason
to say,
go and you
JD,
finish your take because you got continue
no,
talk.
no,
No
no.
problem.
I would have been finished already. Just to say, JD, lay your head down in the trust
So,
that
so
God
Pastor,
will
Pastor,
lift
Pastor,
your head up.
Pastor,
Have a good
why you just
three
never? So,
hours.
Pastor, you just talk on the football. Why you just couldn't say something with football? Because
On the football,
all I'm
I
talking, Pastor.
expect Jamaica to win by 2 or more goals to allow Al Grimson to win.
I'm
Failure to win by more than 2 goals, Al Grimson lose. But that's a conversation for another stream after the game. I have said my say.
all right, Jason. Go ahead. Jason, go ahead.
Yes, big up. We're gonna keep it nice and short. We know you need the rest. Just
No, I don't
everybody.
need a rest. I can take 3 minutes because God go wake me up in 3 minutes with full health. With full health. All right,
You
and
know
God
that
will tell
God
me.
could keep you up without giving you any sleep, and you still be fresh and vibrant.
Pastor, does go back asleep, Pastor. That's all. Cause me call you
I
and you
I
tired.
I preach a sermon
Pa,
with
you know what? Mega spend
that I
people.
finish.
Mega
He
spend 3.
revives
No,
my
let me
soul
talk. Let
again.
me talk. I did Jason did for talk. Let me talk. Cause they I start talking to people. Listen to me good. Me call Pastor. Me call Pastor. And Pastor tired like dog asleep. I walk and I talk and I sleep. So Ima do, why God never give me enough energy without him sleep? Brother, you need the sleep just to
It's
save
not
you.
that God couldn't do it.
So
It's
what?
not that he
So
couldn't. It's
what I
that
do?
I did not. It's that I did not depend on him to do it. I am saying to you
What?
that God could sustain you right now, so you don't need no sleep, and you still run a live revival and stream
So
later.
Pastor, how you
That's all I'm
activate that?
saying.
How you activate that dependency? That's what I want to know.
How
Because
you
you could just
activate that?
activate dependency, and just use it,
Yes, I could. I
Okay.
chose not to. Yes, I
Okay. Yeah,
could.
you chose
I
not
chose
to.
not to.
You call God and say, God, make sure I'm tired. I may have so
No,
much things to do. That's
no, that's not how it
educate
is
me.
done. That's not how it is done. I had a very long day into the morning, and I went to sleep 18 minutes, 3:18 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So I still had to get up and do some things the Sunday morning because, yeah, there are some things to take care of. So when you called me on Monday, I was still, for those people who drink, I was still under the hangover or the stupor of tiredness. I did not, however, tap into the divine source to say, Lord, give me strength to go on. I just went in my own strength. And so when you called me, if I had gotten to where I fell asleep standing up, that would be it. I did not ask God for any sustenance to go on. I was just going with what He had afforded me.
All right, people. So don't believe that I don't believe in God. All right, that's not the argument here. So don't leave
I
this.
would not be on your stream if I didn't think you believe in God.
Pastor, relax, Pastor. I'm just telling people, because sometimes people just get some wild takes from this argument. I am questioning specific things. That's all I'm
Yes,
asking. That's all, because I
and
am.
that's how we learn.
Yes. So
I
Pastor made the
appreciate that.
statement, and all I'm saying is, I honestly believe that yes, God might wake up everyone, but you need a damn sleep. So you're
Yes,
not gonna take
when
5
God must
minutes.
have man himself, you must rest. So we
Yes.
need rest.
So
But
that's
God can sustain you through your tiredness.
okay. Well, I tell you, I'm gonna be a very much frustrated person, tired. That's all I know. But just go ahead. Sorry about that. Oh God, Pastor
No
did
man,
something else.
I was enjoying the conversation, but since it's my turn, all I would say is good luck to the girls tonight. Hopefully the coach we can see a bit better cohesion with the girls with a couple more days of training. Won't really predict any scoreline. Just want to see us be able to get a little bit tighter to the Brazilian girls. And as far as the Reggae Boys are concerned, um, you know, just full on support at this point. Obviously, none of us here are the coach, but we can still analyze and try to see what would work best to defeat the opponent. So all those who watch the stream and don't understand why we do these things, some of us are more than just fans of the team. We also study football on our own time, and we want to bring what we have studied to the people. So that is why we're doing it. So there's no need to question why we do it. All right. If the content is not for you, it's just not for you. But know that we put in hours and time, and that's why we feel confident enough to come on and speak about it. So big up everyone in the chat. Respect JD for the Discord, and big up. Get some rest, bro.
All right, no problem. So, Pastor, people, Brian Burke, Pastor Brian, please don't say anything to Pastor. Save it off.
Shots fired by
Save
Jason Guma.
it. Save it later. Save it for later. Brian for Pastor, because once you say anything to him, he's gonna go off. All right. Juras, go on by your business. Go stay at work. Make sure you work all when the game are gone. I would be very glad for that. All right, sir. Juras, take care. All right. Bye bye, people. Smash the like button on your way out, and we will see you next time.